Visit GoArmy.com and learn about 150 different career opportunities available now. Esports and the U.S. Army working together to make things better. We are back. It's time for the late night at Esports Stadium, Arlington. We're joined with Jonathan O. We've got A-Track. I'm Corey Dunn. A-Track, are you awake?
Yeah, just barely. I took a nap to make sure I'll be good to go.
Awesome. So we've got that's A-Track. He's all the way in Fort Knox. He is on the East Coast as well. So he's currently right now. It is 11:30 your time, and we're beginning a best of three. You're crazy for joining us at this hour.
No, I'm not. I think we're good.
I think we went later last night, didn't we?
We did. Well,
we did. Yeah. Well, we're gonna go later tonight.
We're definitely going later tonight. Yeah, there's no question that we're going to go later tonight. Well, I take that. I don't know. Maybe there could be. We could actually end it early.
We've seen a best of three go 1 hour and 17 minutes.
Yeah. So I mean, all things are possible. But for those that have been staying with us this whole time, and those that missed this earlier today, let's go ahead and take a look at our schedule of where we started long time ago. What at least it feels like now. It was actually 9 hours ago. I guess my math is terrible. 7 hours ago, 7.5 hours ago. That was Miami University of Ohio versus St. Clair College. That one went the distance. It had all three maps, and goodness, was it weird. I mean, for some reason, our best of three starting today and our best of three starting yesterday both just felt off. And in the end, St. Clair College just dominates there in the second game. That was a 16-3 game there against Miami University of Ohio. But Kybrid and the rest of the squad, is good seeing you guys. It was a lot of fun. They also, they were very appreciative of the tournament. So again, I'm very appreciative of that team and looking forward to what they can be able to do in the future. We also extend this to all the other colleges that are out there. We're here for you. So if you ever want to learn more about esports, we have a lot of different contacts that are out there. The next matchup, though, was Kansas State versus UTD. And we were really curious of what that game was going to be like. It was going to be a good one. And in the end, Kansas State, they were able to come out on top. And I believe one of the matches was 16-8. That was on Overpass. Overpass looked like a really, really, really good game.
Overpass was 16-11.
16-11.
It was a little bit of a beating at first, and then Alloy came alive with that AWP. We saw great shots coming out from him. He was able to rejuvenate his team, and that's where we saw Nuke, and that was the 16-8. UTD actually started with, I believe, a 4-0 lead. They started off hot with that momentum that they were getting towards the end of that Overpass game, but once again, Nuke is a map that we saw from those two teams playing it, and Kansas State took it the first time 16-7. This time they did one round worse than 16-8, but regardless, they're going to be moving forward on this lower bracket.
Yeah, so that brings us to our matchup at 10:30 tonight, which is Pittsburgh versus University of Alabama in Huntsville. So that's how we're going to be able to wrap this night up. Let's go ahead and take a look and introduce you to UAH. This team was actually, they were playing in some matchups. They had one player that was playing one game. This was UAH actually had some scheduling that they were trying to work with us on, try to get something to happen earlier in the day. Pittsburgh would not be able to do that. So this is actually where you see, but I'm going to be looking forward to Austin. Austin was so much fun to be able to watch.
I don't believe Austin's actually on this.
Kennesaw State.
There
it is.
This is the same replay we saw last time.
Yeah,
So not quite. It's still
still
a good match, and we're still seeing good replays. It's just not the teams we're actually going to be watching. As
Sadly,
you see.
We'll
the lineup here is Buddy, CTL, Fish Sauce, Nighthawk, and Titan T. Something to note there is Fish Sauce. He was the guy saying that he wanted to prove himself. He was going into this playoff bracket incredibly confident. He said he wasn't able to join his team for the very first match, and he said, I didn't like what they were doing, and so he came in and completely flipped them around and was able to push them into this bracket. Unfortunately, they're finding themselves on the lower side of this bracket, Corey, as we know that. But we'll still have to see. He still very much wants to prove himself with the rest of his team.
Yeah, so you've got Buddy, you've got CTL, you got Fish Sauce, as well as Nighthawk and Titan T. So now let's go ahead and look on the flip side. Starting off here for Pittsburgh, it was, we had some really good games that came out from this team, and then we end up seeing them here now in the lower bracket round. They just had some tough, our upper round one was just intense. And so now we can see some of the moments here. As you got Stan ZQ, you've got Perry, Otter, Magister, and Hannercat. 3 of the players that were on this team were actually playing in some of their own main matches. And so that's why we basically delayed these matches for later in this evening. So UAH said, you know what, it's going to be late. We'll go ahead and play this game with you guys, so we appreciate it. But there you go. That's your roster. Of course, they've got some really good esports photos there. You've got Hannercat Magister, which is, of course, the captain here for Pittsburgh. You got Otter, you got Perry, and Stan ZQ here, John.
Yeah, I just realized in Otter's picture, he's got a microphone right in front of him. I don't know why it took me this many times to notice that. That's a little different. I just realized he's wearing some Audio Technicas instead of like a traditional microphone.
Yeah,
as
that's
you see
funny.
in the hands of everyone else. Maybe he's going for that studio quality.
Hey,
but
guys,
as you said, the nice jerseys. And if we were ever able to talk with these guys, I'd love to just ask them if they wear their jerseys while they're playing these matches as well. So it's just that team camaraderie we like to see.
Absolutely. All right, so you had it. You taking yourself a nap there, 8-track.
Oh yeah.
What were some of the things that were you dreaming about for this tournament?
Well, I do remember seeing Huntsville. Was it 2 days ago now? And we were talking about Fish Sauce saying he wanted to be the man. So
Yep,
I guess we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, that was the goal. Yeah. They wanted to stand out. Fishaw said, you know what? He said it during our interview that his team didn't make a right call on some of the best of 3 maps, or what they should have chose. I think it was a best of 1 map, but they weren't ready for that. And so then after that, they then said Fishaw was in the game. He was like, all right. And then you saw the right map choices. Of course, I made the same comment. I was like, that's a weird map choice to go with out of this set. All right, so now, speaking of maps, go ahead and take a look at the pick bans that we've got coming in here. So starting off, Pittsburgh is going to ban Nuke. So Nuke is out of here. Then after that, UAH bans Train. So there you have it. You got Pittsburgh will select Mirage. That will be our very first matchup here to be able to kick off this best of 3. And then after that, we've got Inferno will be the next one. And then last but not least, which ended up, they banned Overpass. They then banned Vertigo, which left us with Dust 2. But there you have it. Those are your maps. So let's go ahead and jump to that very first map, which is Mirage, Pittsburgh, and UAH as we're kicking things back into gear. We've been on a break for about 3 hours, and now it's time to get back into it with more Collegiate CSGO. John, have at it.
Well, I want to start with saying happy birthday to Mr. Puckett at home. That's one of the live streams we were keeping ourselves entertained with. So if he's watching, just want to send him a nice happy birthday message as he is now 34.
Yep.
But we'll see how this series unfolds as Fish Sauce, the guy we were talking about, the one who wanted to prove himself with this team, finds the first frag. And maybe that's signs of things to come here for UAH as they're pushing onto this B bomb site. It's 2 players and, what was it, Perry? I remember there was one
Perry.
thing you said. It was Perry.
Yep, Perry.
And Otter. They're trying to do some work for themselves. They're able to get the bomb planted now. One player is running onto the site. That's Titan T. He's not able to get there in time. And Perry's, he's actually starting to do some work with his teammate here. There was 4 people alive, and now they find themselves against Nighthawk. They've done so much damage, and they are playing this to perfection. They know exactly where this player's coming from, and they are just perfectly rotating around him. And that's what you want to see from Pittsburgh. That is the first round on the board from them.
Yeah, that waterfall out of Apps was nuts.
Yeah, we see it quite a bit. Yeah, we see
that
waterfall quite a bit out of those B apartments there.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it can go 50-50, if you will. Well, they did have 2 go mid as well, so that's always good. Wasn't all of them out of there. But, yeah, nice site control. Got the CTs out of there, and then when the flank came, they expected them, and they were really good at their rotating and using those pillars on B to not get hit. And got the bomb planted. Good to go. We're already on a match pause here, looks like.
That we are. So we are diagnosing the issue. Corey's looking over to see what intel we're able to find, and hopefully we were not going to find ourselves in the position we were yesterday. Because, boy, that was a slew of delays we had. And so fingers crossed that we don't run into any of those issues. That, of course, was the Faceit servers not being synced with the most current updates. And obviously the Faceit servers are now up to date now, and so we're going to see what we have in front of us. But I think we analyzed that first round all we could. I think that was just a great start here from Pittsburgh. The 2 players, and Pierre and Otter, were able just to be anchors on that bomb site. And it seems like we've addressed the issues and gotten back in. So here we go. Seeing an eco round coming out for UAH. No surprises there after you lose that pistol.
Yeah, one of the things they were talking about was they said that their pings were high. And goodness, I would not be complaining about 30, 40 ping. That's just not my.
No, me either.
So we'll be paying attention to that as well. But that was the reason why they were paused for just a moment. And so we'll see if there's any fluctuation. But yeah, we're not ready for another late night technical issues. So we'll pray to the CS:GO gods for a little while and make sure that we're able to have a really good, clean best of 3 here. I'm okay with 3 maps, just not a best of 3 maps that has like technical issues through and throughout that are out of our control.
And even if we're not ready, we're still gonna be here anyway.
Yes,
so
yep,
regardless, if you're wanting to watch the end of this best of 3, we will finish this tonight. Well, I say that yesterday, we finished tomorrow, but you get the point as you're starting to see the points being taken for the side of Pittsburgh. They find 3 kills there. Now it's just left to Buddy. He's on this B bomb site. He is in no man's land. He's hiding behind that Molotov. He's going to come from Connector. He might be able to find a few, and he actually does not. He hits nothing as that MAC-10 shoots him from downtown. As Magister picks up 1 on the board for himself, and that's 2 on the board for Pittsburgh. We're going to see some guns coming out here for the side of UAH, and we're going to have to see what they're able to do with them. If they're able to stop the bleeding, and if they're not, that might be even some more rounds on the board for Pittsburgh. And as we talked about it, Corey, we think Pittsburgh is a very strong team into going this. We didn't say any predictions, but mine is that Pittsburgh, we know they're a very strong team, and I think UAH has got a tough task in front of them as they're now jumping onto this A bomb site. Magister is just getting straight and down to business, trying to push that player off of Ticket Booth, and they're able to find him, just not in the fashion they wanted to, and it's a 3v3 bomb retake now. Lots of good utility stopping these players from coming in. And Corey, as you say, a big no-no is playing 2 people in that position we're looking at right there. Handercast not able to find the kill towards CTL on Connector. And now 2 of these players coming out from CT. As they now know they have the positioning. Stan's left alive, and he's taken out. It's a 1-on-1 with Fish Sauce. He does not have a kit. And now they know that he is not on the bomb, and he's going to find the last kill.
Oh.
Will he have enough time, though? That's the question. It's going to be close.
Oh, man.
Not close enough.
Almost.
So close.
That was a close one.
So close as Fish Sauce. He tries to close it out for his team. It's not able to, so that's going to spell out number 3 on the board for Pittsburgh. Once again, as we mentioned, losing that round means their money's not going to be in a great spot, so we see the Deagles coming out already.
Yeah, this utils from the from Pitts just nuts. Pittsburgh's just throwing all their utils. So, as I say that, the Molotov straight into snipers there as they're taking control of mid already, leaving the bomb back at spawn. We got Fish Sauce down mid with the Deagle here. Probably gonna try and get some information with a little peek. Try not to die. This sees Magister's gonna be pushing over to B site. Ooh, and he does get across as well. Another Molotov in there, so he's gonna push back. Just the information right now they're trying to get. Magister up in ladder room. Fish Sauce gonna be pulling back here. Now let's see. Slow push onto B site here. CT's coming around, anticipating for them to be there. They don't see anybody just yet, as they're still hanging out in mid. There's some more utils as well. Nighthawk, the only one left over on A site, but to be joined by Fish Sauce himself. Yeah, and here comes the B push. Is that? Oh, wow. Yep, Handercat just taking out Titan T there. Honor getting some kills, just kills all over the place for the T side here, as Pittsburgh is just grabbing that. And, okay. Well, I'm not going to talk about what just happened over in the corner by Van, but the T side, Pittsburgh coming through with the win there.
Yeah, they are looking strong. Fish Sauce was able to pick himself up 1, which he seems to be pretty happy about, but then immediately gets taken down. So not even to save that 8 game. Once again, we're finding ourselves at a pause. Corey, are we running into the same complaint of the ping issue? Are we looking at the?
Yeah, that's what it's looking at. Let me see what we've got. Yep, I'm seeing a couple of pings. I see Nighthawk jumping up, Stan and Perry, as well as Magister. They're all jumping up right now. 4-0 right now, so we'll make sure that that's noted. Let me see what type of support we've got on board with this.
Looks like as you say that, Corey, they're starting to drop back down, but we'll tap into some support, see if we can get better stability for these players. As Corey's always mentioned, the competitive integrity is always number 1. The player experience and making sure they have all the conditions they need to perform at top level is always in our best interests. Here at Esports Stadium Arlington, he even mentioned Even for the players playing here in the facility, we've made sure to make it so that there is no possibility of any interruptions or any signs of competitive integrity being compromised. So we take that to stride, and we very much value that as a core thing that we will always ensure as Corey continues to diagnose this issue. So A-Track, what have you seen from Pittsburgh so far that you like to see? Obviously, we're seeing them just 4-0, and it's been pretty clean all the way through. The only round that got a little bit dicey was that first one where we saw Pierre and Otter have to play their way on the site, but they played that pretty well. So I guess instead of asking what you like out of Pittsburgh is what adaptations do you think we need to see out of UAH?
I think I don't know, it's a hard one. And because it's not their rotate speed, because they were all over on B. I think it's just the gunfights of being able to hit their shots on 1v1s, because we're seeing Pittsburgh just absolutely dominate them. As soon as they get on a site, as soon as there's a fight, Pittsburgh is just coming through with good shots, taking it to the enemy and just doing what they're doing. Like, it's hard. I don't know. I wouldn't think it's anything fundamentally wrong with the way they're playing, but I think it's just like I said, the gunfights. That's what it feels like. The utils from the Pittsburgh is just insane. There's always a smoke whenever there's someone planting the bomb. As we saw when they were pushing onto A site, their jungle was smoked off. They had a guy watching T stairs. CT was smoked off. Then as soon as their smokes were gone, someone else was throwing another one there, and it was just absolute chaos. And then, of course, there at the end, we saw that they couldn't get the defusal, but they held them off just long enough to be good to go. So I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, Pittsburgh's a good team. Last time we saw them was against Northeastern, in which they went the distance, 16-14, to fall on Inferno. And then the last time we saw Northeastern was yesterday, where they were playing against Rochester, and that was actually our last series of the day. It was unfortunate the way it ended, but they went Rochester on train, and it was 16-9 in favor of Rochester. But I mean, we know that Northeastern's a great team, and so a team like Pittsburgh able to put up such a good fight against them. 16-14, like I mentioned, on Inferno, which is actually our second map pick. So if this map pick on Mirage isn't going well for UAH, it is their map pick. They're going to have an even tougher fight onto Mirage as we continue to diagnose some of these server-wide issues. I think a player's actually dropped out of the server now, so maybe just trying to refresh, trying to reset.
Okay.
Hopefully that addresses the issue. Corey, you've got an update for us?
Yeah, so we're being told right now that they're going to try to fight through this just because of, it is late at night. This is the only challenge with working late at night. But we're probably, right now, we're going to try to go ahead and play through this game, and then we'll go ahead and change to another server after this one, which is, of course, I appreciate it from the teams themselves. But they also have a pretty quick understanding. The fact that if this game goes any longer, it's going to be a late night. We'll be wrapping up probably 2 or 3 in the morning, our time. Remember, Pittsburgh is on the East Coast, just like 8-Track here with us, and I think Alabama is also considered the East Coast as well, if I remember correctly.
They should be.
Yeah. So.
Yeah,
Georgia. Yeah. So Georgia, Atlanta. So all that stuff. Those are already East Coast too. So, yeah. So they're also, it's super late for them. So we're just trying to be mindful of that. So we'll go ahead and see if we can be able to hop into pushing this one forward. But yeah, the pings are going to continue to, if they continue to be an issue, I'm going to still try to work through and try to get us into a new server and see if even if it's midway through this game, if we still keep going. So I'll keep trying and see if I can make something happen here.
Yeah, in the team chat right now, they're complaining about ping, but I'm looking at their ping, and I've been watching it. It looks like it's just Stans who's going up to about 89 and then coming back down to 50 and then going back up to about 90-ish. So, which, I mean,
yep.
When I was in Hawaii for 3 years, I played on pretty bad ping, and that's not too bad to me.
Let's go ahead and hop back into the action. And one of the things that we'll be doing throughout this is just going ahead and we'll be playing the ping game with them. So as they have ping spikes, we'll pause the game and then we'll start back up again. So these two teams are just going to fight through it while I'll let you two guys kind of work through the commentary here. But 4-0 now for Pittsburgh.
Yep, and again, we just see them hanging out in mid here. We've got 4 M4s and an op on the UAH side, while Pittsburgh has all AKs. Still 100 health. I don't think anybody has seen anybody yet. Looks like they're going to be going over to A. No, they're boosting up onto B. No, yeah, they're already on in connector here, taking out Nighthawk with the AK there. Magister. And here come the Utils. They're both waiting at the same time, saying 3, 2, 1, let's do it. Otter getting taken out by Fish Sauce there with the headshot in M4. And now Magister hanging out in connector all by himself. His team's flanking around a T-stairs to come up behind them to confuse them a little bit here. Hopefully, Molotov just cutting them off before they can get on site.
And this is where you're talking about those gunfights that they need to start winning. So this Titan T trying to find the first opening for his team. And Fish Sauce is able to support, and that goes one. That was actually a team kill coming through on the side of Pittsburgh. So you don't like to see that. And Titan T is able to close it out. So making it nice and easy for Pittsburgh. And as you mentioned, A-Track, is you kept saying that Pittsburgh is just winning these gunfights. They're just winning them flat out, 1v1s. And that is exactly what UAH maybe have identified. And they told themselves, okay, well, if we can't win a gunfight one-on-one, we just need to set up good crossfires. And that's exactly what they did there. Set up a great crossfire between Fish Sauce and Titan T. And just put them in the grinder, essentially. So that's round number 1 on the board for UAH. Starting to get some wind in their sails now as they need that momentum. As this is an elimination match. As we've been talking, what a shot there, Magister. Doesn't even give him a second to work with. Gets a little bit too aggressive. Fish Sauce was ready and waiting for them in window. Magister's now out of the round, but not after finding a great shot for himself, as trying to take some more control over that mid position now. With that said, we see 4 players making their way over to those B apartments. 2 players on site. One of them is Buddy, and the other one is CTL. So we see the AWP planted down. Now they throw the smoke. That's just going to slow them down even more. So with this 1 minute on the clock, they've got time to work with, but it looks like they are committing to this B site.
Yeah, that smoke is in a really good spot right now. Buddy just hanging out, waiting to hear footsteps. Now he's telling his team, get over here, they're coming. Stepping out, taking out Handercat there, but Stan's managing to get the shot off on him first, taking him out. Oh, was that Perry was there? Yeah, Perry, yeah, I can't read.
I can't either, don't worry. We've had so many moments.
I'm a mechanic.
I've had many of those moments, don't you worry. But as we're saying that, the bomb goes down, and it's all up to Fish Sauce. He's found himself in a pretty decent position. He's going to find the player on the bench. I'm not sure if he got spotted. He actually did, and Otter's going to be able to find the new positioning and take him out. So a clean take there on the B bomb site. They found the openings exactly where they needed. They ran through that smoke and got their own smokes down. And now it's 5-1 in favor of Pittsburgh, as they have forced UAH back onto the pistols. We see actually Titan T and Fish Sauce investing into this round. And okay, a late investment coming through. Nighthawk and Buddy wishing that maybe it would have come in soon and they could have invested with the team, but here we see it. It's going to be a little wonky coming out now.
I was wrong, by the way. Alabama is CST or CDT, so they're not EST. And again with this mid push, looks like they're trying to get that control in the mid so that they're free to make a rotate if they need to right now. And it looks like we have Perry over on the A side taking out Nighthawk there with the AK.
Nighthawk just tried to get aggressive there. He pushed right through a ramp and was trying to make the play for his team and just ends up just dying for nothing. And now putting his team in an even worse spot.
He's probably just trying to go for the flank.
Yeah, Magister's made his way deep onto that B bomb site. All they've got to do is clear out connector, and Buddy with that scout's able to get 1 tag, but the rest of his team just falls down. Now he's finding himself all alone, as they seeming to be wanting to hunt this gun down. Oh, that's a nice shot against Otter. He's going to take 1 down before he goes, and he's not able to find the shot there on Stan. Stan returns the favor and closes that round out. It is 6-1 now in favor of Pitt. And the money is kind of split out throughout the team on UAH, as we see an MP9 being bought and drops down for the rest of his team here. Yeah, that money situation, it's like they have so much money, but it's just not split out well enough, and it just it's awkward because they had to get Deagles and M4s, now MP9s. They're now at that point in which next round they could probably get something, but Nighthawk's still pretty low, so he's going to want to find some picks as Fish Sauce made his way pretty aggressively forward. He's going to call it that 1 position. That is Magister, and if Magister turns around at the worst moment, he's going to get picked off, but before he can even make it through, Fish Sauce has caught up to him, and they found 1, so that's going to get a rifle in their hands. They're going to be happy about that. They go back to get the bomb, and they try to regroup. With that flank, they might tell themselves, okay, that's 3 people. We should try to hit this A site. But as they're discussing that, we see 3 people on that side as Buddy and Titan T holding close to that middle position and window and connector. And as we see Nighthawks holding back CT.
Yeah, the 4v4, or sorry, 5v4 right now. Looks like they're going to be pushing in hard right now onto A site. Coming and clearing it out. Handercat opening up the can of worms right now. Gets taken out by Buddy with the M4 there through the smoke. Harry as well pushing up on site. Oh, they're just getting melted right now. And then boom, it's already over. Just bad positioning, I think. And they were a little bit too spread out to be able to overwhelm and watch each other's backs there. It was kind of a shooting gallery with one target popping up at a time there for them.
And it seemed like Stan just walked out of Palace and maybe thought a flashbang was coming out because he looked at a Palace and then immediately turned around. It almost looked like he wanted to go down the ladder, but could have just jumped down, and that's going to spell out round number 2 on the board for UAH. Still have to get through these AKs once again. Otter's on a Deagle, but they find themselves on rifles as Titan T has only got an MP5 for himself. So they're setting up for this A hit. Haven't seen the most success in holding this is UAH. They were to do it last time, but that was a 4v5, and we'll have to see how they're able to do it. Seems like they don't want to commit yet. They hear the utility going out from the side of UAH. They hear the smokes being blooming now. They were either thinking, okay, we want those to come on through, and as you can see it, the execute's coming in. We saw this crossfire before. They had success, and oh, Nighthawk pulls out the smoke at just the worst time, but it doesn't matter. He still finds 2 as Perry's pushing his way forward onto the site now. He's trying to find a kill. He knows that a player's there, and Stan's actually got his back, and that's Fish Sauce. He's out. He had the AWP. And Corey, as you've always mentioned, this position is a no-no. Both players trying to come out of ticket. The smoke is down, and the second they run out, they all know they can focus their attention to there, and that's how one goes down immediately before he's even get out there, and it's CTL. It's all left to Buddy. He has a kid, and oh my goodness.
That panic.
Yeah, looks towards the sky. Maybe his DPI is just a little bit too high for him to control. It's 7-2. 7-2 in favor of Pittsburgh, and as we look at the latency there, it doesn't seem like anything's too out of the normal. We haven't seen any pauses come in, so hopefully the server stability has straightened up a little bit for these players here. And regardless, we're going to continue on with the match. It's 7-2 in favor of Pittsburgh. Starting to look too strong in these takes and a little bit too unorganized, and that's a nice opening there on the Fish Sauce and window. He had a chance to take it, but was not able to close out as CTL's now holding on, and he's able to find 2 nice picks. He's able to find 3. Wow. They just walk right into him, and he's going to shut this round down, but Otter is coming through the apartments. He's going to jump his way down. And we saw what Otter can do on this V-bomb side in that pistol round, but he's not going to be able to do it this time. It's a 2-on-1 with Handercat, who able to find 1 quick shot. It's now Nighthawk left in the 1v1. He desperately wants this round. He wants his team to keep something on the board for themselves. He wants to keep this AK, and their money is not looking great. He's got a kit, and the bomb is going down now. He's got some utility to work with. He's got a lot, in fact. Hammercat has nothing. Nighthawk is thinking to himself, how do I want to play this one out? He knows where I am, but he is low, is Hammercat. He could just get a few shots, and that is all it's going to take. Now rotating over into the market. He's getting deep in there. Nighthawk's not going to have a clue he's there. Handercat's actually looking for the flank. He's going to hear those footsteps. He's going to check back out. He's going to be seen, and there it is. Nighthawk's able to close it out. I'm sure his team's happy to see that, as that's the number 3 on the board for them. Still at a deficit of 7-3, but we like to see rounds on the board.
Yeah, that was some nice execution on Nighthawk's part there. Just holding back, make it look like he's going to rotate, and then just slowly pushed his way up. Didn't make any sound. And as soon as he heard those footsteps on his left, I think he might have saw like a hand or something through the window there, and then just right to him, and it's over. It looks like we're gonna have a push through apps now from Pittsburgh coming out over to B, as we do have Stans opening up at the Tech 9. Tech 9 rush B. Oh, but they both get taken out. Magister, Stans, and now Perry as well. Otter, and that's all of them. Handercat, they're all gone. Up Tech 9 rush B. They rushed straight into the barrels of the enemies there.
As soon as it started, it ends. So with that third round on the board, that was the important part. They won that round, able to hurt the economy enough of Pittsburgh to force out that pistol round, and once again being rewarded with another pistol round coming through. And this time, it's just going to be an immediate A rush. They are just going to hold W. Actually, they're going to see that fire and say, okay, hold on. Let's wait for this to go away. We see 2 players going towards Palace. The bomb's right behind them. There's actually 1 player that's not with them. It looks like that's Stan. He tries to get a position onto Connector. Maybe he's going to wait for them to push out, and then he's going to try to shoot them from behind on Connectors. Ooh, Titan T had utility in hand at the worst time. He throws that grenade, and, well, Nighthawk doesn't care. He's just going to find 4 of them, and they're thinking, okay, well, there's one guy left. Where the heck is he at? And that's Stan. He's thinking to himself, why am I here right now? I wish I was with the rest of my team, could have helped out. CTL's going to find him, and he's going to close him out, as that was a clean spray down from Nighthawk. 4 from him in that round, so he's the man who's been able to do it for his team these last 2 rounds. And that's 5 on the board for UAH.
Yeah, he's got to feel so good right now, getting a 4-piece right off the top there. And then it was just a 5v1. His team is probably patting him on the back right now. They got some AKs for him, and the AWP, and then 2 M4s.
Oh, wow. Stan's made his way so fast towards mid. It's just as we're complimenting Nighthawk. Oh, and then Molotov just misses the mark just barely. As soon as we're complimenting Nighthawk, he is taken out as Otter finds himself too close to on B, in which we see one taken out towards Connector. So, seems like they wanted to push fast on Connector, and then they just completely abandoned the idea. They had it. They had the pick. They had the smoke. They just didn't want it enough, and now we saw Otter getting taken down on these BFs, and Stan, for some reason, is thinking to himself, I got to avenge my teammate. I got to find a pick somehow over there. We're going to see a 2v2 on the A bomb side coming out here shortly. Seems like Stan just wanted some positioning towards Connector. Wanted to feel like they can approach it from multiple angles, but what they don't know is if there is a player in mid, if there's a player watching from Cat right behind Stan, and seems like Fish Sauce is going to poke out just the right time, and once again, Stan, you had no information to make that play. That's going to allow Fish Sauce to now rotate over and join his team. That flash going way too far. It's going to be easy picking for Fish Sauce as he trades 1 for 1, and that's a hard shot to find. His buddy connects, and that is 7-6 in favor of Pittsburgh, but that is behind 4 rounds in a row for the side of UAH.
I was going to say they're coming back now, huh? They're waking up. Pittsburgh, I don't know what happened there. Their economy got ruined, and with that went all their plans for winning, I guess. I don't know. We'll see what happens here in this round, as we're going to see another eco coming out from Pittsburgh. Looks like they're going to be stacking A once again. I haven't seen this work for them yet, but we'll see what happens. They're not going to have their lurker go mid this time. They're waiting on the smokes right now, just waiting for those to get out of the way here. Kind of confuse the enemy, as we already see UAH pushing over to B side, it looks like. So now all of a sudden it is a 3v4 now. Site's open. They have sight. Ooh, but Fish Sauce with a nice op shot there, taking out Otter. Stan's getting taken out as well, wow. And then, yeah, Hanner Cat just destroyed.
Every time that I keep looking back at this game, as we're coming up with different solutions, which currently doesn't look like we necessarily need to, every time I keep looking back at this game, I keep seeing this, right? I saw a 7-1 or a 6-1 scoreline, then I saw a 7-2, then I saw a 7-4, then I saw a 7-6, now I just saw that 7-7. This game has been getting a little out of hand, or where you see UAH coming back into play. I mean, you can either talk about it as the fact that Pittsburgh has had a really good start, or you can say that UAH has had a really good comeback. So I don't know. Sadly, I haven't had enough information to be able to base off this. But here we go. We're going to be hopping into this round. The bomb is currently is playing around over there by A ramp, and they're just getting shut down inside of this side. And UAH, again, they were 6-1, and look out. There's Buddy. And there's going to be another. Oh, no. But Stan ZQ, the last one alive here in this last round of the first half. And CTL, Nighthawk, and Fish Sauce. They've got one player to basically take the lead now. And, man, again, every time I took a look, I mean, but just going off of pure numbers, how this whole entire match has been, Pittsburgh looked like they probably came out of this game very, very hot. And then UAH has been just basically taking them down a notch every single round. But I think Stan's playing this one pretty well. He's actually found himself an opening. Nobody's going to be in the CT spawn, and he's going to need to be able to take a look here. Now, this is where it starts to get a little interesting, is CTL might become a little impatient, so he's going to start checking different angles, and that's what you're seeing here. He's going to go and make sure that the site is clear first, but he doesn't need to – oh, goodness, he lucked out the fact that he decided to go ahead and turn on him. He's able to get the bomb planted. He knows that market was clear last, and so I would anticipate for him to head this direction as well, and he does. Fish Sauce has 1 HP, and Nightwalk is going to be coming over here towards Catwalk. And you could suspect that, oh my goodness, now they know exactly where it's at, and there's a quick little turn, and StansEQ almost taking the round. He played it extremely well as a 1v3, but UAH, for the very first time in this game, taking an 8-7 lead over Pittsburgh.
That is correct. This is the first time they take an 8-7 lead in this game.
Wow. Look at that. 4, then all of a sudden you see 6 rounds in a row coming in for UAH.
So now let's see if they can carry that momentum here into the second half as Pittsburgh started off hot because they won the pistol round. Let's see if they can do it again. Reminders, this is the map pick of UAH, so it shouldn't be any surprise that they felt comfortable leaning their heels in and making that comeback on their side, the CT side, that is. And now it seems like Nighthawk's going to be the one who leads the charge. Stan's finding himself pretty far forward in Palace, and he's hearing everything going on right now. He's going for the rotate. Lots of players taking uncomfortable approaches now as we see 2 of them going through CT at Ticket. Hannercat's deciding to join his team or not. Stan's now poked his way out of Palace, and they said, wait a second, there was a guy in there? Oh my goodness, Otter, he had no chance at winning that fight. That was a crossfire between 2 of them, and he just absolutely flicks and destroys CTL. Then finds the quick pick on Titan, and oh my goodness, that's a way to start the second half as Pittsburgh ties it up now 8-8. That should be round number 9 on the board, but I'd be curious to see if UAH, they try to ride that momentum, try to force buy into this round and see if they can pick up something. Holy cow. Yeah, so there's Stan poking out there from Palace, and they had no idea about that. I would love to see this one. Oh, he just flicks. Ugh. That is disgusting.
Yeah, that flick was nutty.
That's 2 pistol rounds coming in for Pittsburgh here.
Oh, that's a bad sight to see. Fish Sauce, he had a grenade. I was like, all right, well, you kill my team. I'm gonna grenade you back. And then he pokes his head out and sees, oh, that's a grenade coming at me. It's in my face. Yeah, and he's at 44, and his teammate got hit for 53 he's at. And now the Eagles are actually starting to do some work as Otter's being taken down as Fish Sauce finds himself on 20 kills. He's 20-9. We haven't talked about that quite enough as he's having a great game for himself. Magister's now wanting to find
20-9, jeez.
Find one in mid. He was able to see him, and that's a bad fight if you're Buddy. He's in no man's land and not even able to do any damage. It's now just left to 2 players here, Nighthawk and Fish Sauce.
Yep, lots of patience here from Fish Sauce as he's checking all his angles, making sure he's all clear. He's going to push out into A here. Oh, Stan's getting a nice kill there on Nighthawk. Bomb down mid now. Coming up, flipping right over to take out Fish Sauce himself. He says, oh, I'll just come through here and clean up. Don't worry about it, teammates. I got it. Man, we're seeing that FAMAS again. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I guess they just wanted to get something into that last round. I'm kind of on board with you there, but I guess it's better than nothing. I'd rather have a FAMAS than just a pistol or an SMG, I suppose. So 9-8 in favor of Pittsburgh. Because now we're going to see AKs in hand as Stan got aggressive towards mid, and he was actually completely blind, was Fish Sauce, and he's able to find that kill. Oh my goodness, Magister just pokes out and says, guys, come on, it's this easy. This is how you do it. He takes down 2, and he wants the repeat. He wants to find more, and he's hungry. Maybe even a little bit too hungry. He had no business trying to take that fight. And that's going to make it a disadvantage for his team here now, just as he evened up the odds. Pierre's going to hear some noise towards this A bomb site, and that's going to call for a rotation for Hannercat to come on over, and he is making his way in. As there is 1 player, and that's Nighthawk at Catwalk right now, as Connector. They might find him here as Hannercat if he pushes in time, but he reveals his position by shooting. I don't think they know that Pierre is in Palace. Oh, they sure do. That's nice awareness from Buddy. He's able to just turn around, find the head, and he's able to close it out, tying up the board. We're going back and forth in this half. Started at 8-7 in favor of UAH. Pittsburgh was able to get the pistol. And then the following, and now UAH wins their first gun round, and it is 9-9. We might see a photo finish here, Corey.
Yeah, I mean, look in the way that this one's playing here for Pittsburgh right now. You've got a CZs, you got 2 of them. You got a Deagle and a P250. And Magister playing this one smart. He's going to have a good flank coming up here through, but he's actually not going to be able to check the right angle at the right time. There is a player that's lurking. That's going to be Buddy. He's going to go ahead and hold this angle, and he's going to fully commit to this, being able to pick up that AK. But what they don't know is that the bomb was dropped near T spawn. They could have taken one different angle, and that could have changed how this one played out. But CTL having to do a quick turn because Magister has that AK from Buddy. And so we'll see how effective that AK can be in the rest of this round. But now they're going to have to pick up the bomb. But the more importantly is that UAH has to defend for a little bit longer and have to worry about this cross. And there goes Hannercat. Stan's EQ going to be wrapping here through CT spawn. And oh no! As Stan's EQ goes down, now Magister is the one that was wrapping through CT spawn. And he thought he saw a slight sliver in the smoke, and now it's going to be really difficult. Oh, maybe not. There it is. Titan T was over there inside of connector. He had a good angle as he was his teammate was having a conflict, being CTL. Now it's 10-9 as UAH takes the lead here.
Man, just back and forth now. First it was a massive, 7-point comeback?
Yeah, it was
from
6-1.
UAH, right?
Yeah, it was 6-1 at one point.
That's nuts. And now we're seeing them go back and forth, trading points back and forth, 10-9. Pittsburgh on the losing right now, but as we're seeing them nice and spread out over, it is a 5v4 right now. We're seeing some spray through the smoke. A lot of patience coming in from both sides here, as they're just waiting to get some information for their teammates so they can get some backup. And it looks like it's going to be a B push here through mid. They've already got Buddy up in apps right now, taking some shots at Hannercat.
Yeah, they still have the bomb back in
Sauce getting
T-spawn
taken out.
right now. So they're,
Oh, wow.
yeah, they're still basically just poking and prodding and seeing what they can find.
Yeah, we saw.
I guess we'll figure that out in a minute here. Oh, wow. Titan T just getting caught up in a bad spot, looking at a wall, checking a corner. Gets shot in the back. Buddy's going back to grab the bomb right now, it looks like, while we have CTL on mid. Boosted up. Nighthawk getting a nice little pick for himself on Perry, and stands there. Getting a quick reload in before he's got two enemies coming at him from jungle, it looks like. Hannercat getting the pick on CTL there after his buddy goes down. It's a 2v1 right now. Hannercat with 100 HP and an AK. He's got some utils as well, so we'll see how this push goes. His buddy crosses over into Sandwich. Nighthawk watching CT. Looks like Buddy's going to pull back a little bit, get himself some breathing room here. Hannercat out with those utils I was talking about. He's got his back. Oh, I was going to say he had his back to Nighthawk there, and that did not end well for him.
Did not end well at all. As it's 11-9. The snowball is getting bigger as it's rolling down the hill, and that's a timeout for Pittsburgh. I like that decision. They need to stop the bleeding where they can, and there you have it. Fish Sauce is doing great for his team. He's 24-12, 123 ADR. He got picked up earlier in that last round, but the impact he's had in this game has been notable. As they want to continue on in this bracket, this is their map pick. It started off shaky, but they're showing why they wanted to play this map. Looking very comfortable on this T side, and they're going to go up against Pistols this round. So this should spell a 12, and Pittsburgh's got to get their heads on straight. They got to come together, and they've got to dig deep if they want to walk away with this map. They started so well on their T side. They had so much momentum. They just got to find their stride again and continue to try to keep pushing forward. And here we go, round number 21. It's just the team once again pushing so fast towards mid. They want to take control of this map. Buddy's even found one towards B, and that's the only person in that site as Fish Sauce has just gone hunting. He's able to find Stan's EQ. The bomb's down towards the spawn again, but they're going to find very quickly. Well, there's only one player left, and they're going to find out that this round is theirs. Otter's the lone representative. He's only got a USP to his name. And boy, he's got an impossible task in front of him, as none of these players have even taken damage. They've hardly even used utility, and Fish Sauce goes unscathed, and it's a picture-perfect round against that eco. They saved half of their utility, don't even take a point of damage. They keep all of their guns. If anything that they missed out to make that 100% is planting the bomb, but they will absolutely take that, as it's 12-9 now in their favor. And here come the guns. We're seeing the 8-up UP in the hands of Otter. Corey, let's see how he can make a difference with that.
You see a bunch of flashes coming over the top. They're going to have a quick push here inside of mid, but look out for that Molly Nighthawk. It will burn to Magister. Yeah, but there was a trade that happened. Stanzy Q was taken out of the round, and that's a tough shot for Magister as he was creeping through underpass, and Buddy did a nice wide peek with the AK. But Buddy and Fish Sauce are both extremely low on health. As you can see, the firebomb just blowing up midair because it caught the top of that wall. So now the bomb carrier, that's currently Fish Sauce, is waiting for his teammates to regroup with him as they try to take over this A bomb site. Perry is up on top, or actually is underneath. And you've got another teammate being Otter with the AWP watching the cross. He did not see the player make it towards Tetris because of the timing alone. So if Perry thinks that that location is open, then that's his own fault. Oh, goodness, he does find the bomb as well. Fish Sauce, again, advanced too far without his teammates, and the time was just dwindling so fast. They got two players that are actually going to go out here towards Palace, and there it is. Nice shot by Perry, just going to give a little pre-fire. As, again, Buddy was low on health. Is going to go ahead and push him out, and CTL has been pushed back even further. Nice nade going deep, going to knock him down to 30 HP. It is now still left up to CTL. But the difference is that Perry doesn't have to challenge. He's got two teammates to be able to provide the same fire. And so now the score is 12-10 here at A-Track. And UAH, they still hold the lead, but Pittsburgh going to still try to win one round at a time.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be spending all their money this round, so hopefully it's hopefully this is a win streak for them so they can start to make a little bit of a comeback. But as we can see, they're doing a... Oh, this is a little... They're doing a... Yeah, okay. So 1B, 1 mid, 3 on A. Oh, it looks like they're actually doing 3 mid. I mean, again, we've seen UAH push mid over and over again on the T side here. And it didn't work out too well for them this time as they had 3 of them taken out there. And it's already down to a 2v4 as Magister got caught in the crossfire there. Perry with some spam shots through the smoke here, trying to get a pick there. Titan T pushing up onto the top of Sandwich here. Or, sorry, Tetris. We're watching as CTL's going in with some support smokes for his buddy. Gonna try and throw one mid to distract the enemy, but we'll see if that works out for him as we're already seeing Pittsburgh rotate over to A. Trying to be ever so quiet. Titan T getting a nice headshot there on Perry with the AK. Lots of utils going over to control that space over on jungle since he can't see it right now. He doesn't want to have a flank come from there. Pushing the bomb onto site, getting taken out there, Titan T, by Stans. More utils going out. It's all down to CTL. He's sitting right back in firebox now as he pushes out and gets headshot by Stans, and that's it. It's over.
Yeah,
starting to come back a little bit, it looks like.
The default setup that we see from UAH just is not that effective. They spread themselves completely thin, and then they basically, it's up to gunfights at that point. You put it up to chance. We're not seeing any executes off of any of these actions, and as I say that, now we see something a little different, but of course, it's while they've got some type of either an eco save or an eco, or whether it's a partial buy. We do have Nighthawk with an AK, and we'll see if he ends up leading the charge with the rest of his team. But here comes the Tech Nines. And let's see if they're able to be effective here. Oh, the first shot coming out as Handercat is out of this round, and Magister is just caught in the wrong position as well. And this round is just quickly turning, and Nighthawk was on fire. He had to be able to work his way away. As again, Nighthawk is the one with the AK, and finally Otter, make that Stanzy Q, is able to find this one. Titan T is going to get eliminated as well, and Pittsburgh ties it up. It is 12-12. And this is what late night Counter-Strike looks like here, John.
Yeah, that was an eco. It was a weird eco at that. As Nighthawk fully invested, and I was going to think maybe that was some frustration coming in inside of UH. They were like, guys, we had a good lead for ourselves. Let's force into it. It's like, no, I don't want to force into it. Well, I've already bought. We got to force into it. And then maybe some back and forth happened there as we see Buddies with that AWP and no utility for himself. We'll have to see how this round unfolds. If they're not able to win this round, then their money's going to be reset, and that's going to be a bad situation. As we already see Fish Sauce, the catalyst for this team, the captain, the shot caller, and the lead fragger has already been taken out.
The old one-man band.
He is 29-16. you were in this server on the side of UAH, you absolutely want that guy to be the last one to go down, but unfortunately he's the first in this round. So trying to figure out a strategy around that now. He got picked up, I believe, in the B apartment side, or maybe towards mid. I didn't quite catch it, but they're making their way towards the B side now. There's 2 players on that side, and one of them's actually rotating off. That's Magister. He doesn't quite believe, but he's going to stay close by. He's going to stay in market. And it seems like they've had some inclination. They are bringing some people over now. So one person's holding mid window as they hear that op shot, and that's the warning shot for them to bring some people over. And Buddy's burned alive. That's 7 HP. If one more tick of that Molotov would have closed them out. As they're still towards mid, and Connector is now, Stan gets taken out, and that's going to sound the alarm. They're like, something's up here. I don't think it's B anymore, and Otter's going to find himself in no man's land, but finds CTL on his way out. That's a nice position there from Pierre, and that's the bomb going down. You don't like to see that. If you're to the side of UAH, there's only 25 seconds to work with. They don't have that much health, but they know where this player's at. They're able to trap him. It's now down to a 1v2, and he's able to find a shot. It's down to Buddy. He's got 7 HP, and he's got 12 seconds to make this happen. He needs to get this bomb down as soon as possible. He's able to get in. Hannercat, he's pushing around. He's got an idea of where this could be at, but he's still not confident. He's going to be walking into the clutches of that AWP. Buddy knows where he's coming from. Doesn't want to take his sights too far away, and he does. Hannercat doesn't know that, however, and he is still scared to push. He makes his way out, and he has a kit. If Buddy gets too far away from this, if he sticks this, he could take it, but now moving his way towards connectors. Hannercat's paranoid. He's trying to look for every single angle that he could find, and Buddy should be able to close this one out. He's coming towards connector. He's going to get spotted, and he's going to be taken out. Does he have the time? He's got the kit. I think he's got it.
Yeah,
he sure does, and that's going to be 13 on the board for Pittsburgh. That round got a little bit dicey. Able to walk away with it is Pittsburgh. UAH did some good damage in that round. They got the bomb down. They're happy to see that. They know that they've at least hurt the economy somewhat on the side of Pittsburgh. So they're able to get AKs for themselves in this round. And this is a must win. Because if they lose this, they'll be on 14, and then they'll have no money, which will essentially give them the 15. And then they're going to be in a rough situation if they have to find themselves 3 rounds in a row to force overtime against a team like Pittsburgh. Hannercat's already found himself in a very aggressive position here in the B apartments. The first time we've seen them get this aggressive. And he's made the right call out. There's 4 players here right behind that smoke. He doesn't know it, but if he finds himself in a good enough position, that could be all she wrote. He's getting so aggressive. He's pushing into this kitchen. He wants to take the heat, but he's got to stay out of the kitchen because that's fish sauce. He takes him out, and he's going to find 30. Now in a good position is Magister as the bomb goes down. He's not able to find any more trades as they push onto the site. Stan finds 1, and they continue to push on in. And great shot there on the CTL. He's trying to shut this down. His team's able to rotate in, and he's still going his Stan. It's now down to a 1v1. Pierre's got hits to work with. He hasn't gotten the bomb down now, and he's got 55 seconds to work with. He can rotate to the other side. He's got plenty of time to work with. He doesn't have the information, and he's got utility, which is important. On the flip side, we see Pierre with his own smoke grenade, and he's got a feeling something's up.
Yeah,
he's starting to
absolutely.
make his way towards connector, and he's actually in a great spot to be going to either bomb site. If he's able to watch connector from this position, he's going to see Nighthawk planting at the A site, unless he plants in his favor, but he'll see him across at the least, and oh, he's just going to miss it. Just barely. Look at that. By a hair, he misses it, but now he's going to know that's the A bomb site. You see the crosshairs coming through as we see the lines of which they're looking there, and he's just going to run his way through connector. He has a feeling he knows where this bomb's going down. The last time he was sought out was on that B site, so he knows he probably came through the back of sight. As now we see Nighthawk. He's sitting there. That's the smoke's going down. He's going to get a little bit paranoid. He's thinking, okay, I hear him defusing as he's just sticking it. He's going to start spraying through the smoke, and now he's giving up his position. If he shoots too many bullets, he can actually just go in the site. He's going to take the fight. He's going to run at him, but that's an AK. I don't know why you try to take that fight. He was down to 3 bullets, and that's going to tie it up. Nighthawk, once again, clutching it out for his team in an absolute must-win round, 13-13 now, and the money is broken for the side of Pittsburgh.
Wow. So what do you think is going to happen now? You think it's just going to be easy pickings for Pittsburgh? Or sorry, yeah, no, UAH. I was right.
This could go. I mean, it always comes back to, you know, some of the rounds of. I mean, we've seen some really effective eco rounds, some effective pistol rounds, and already You've got one player that's already out of the round, but be on the lookout, though. You've got Perry, who's on a flank as well, and he's going to find the bomb here. Oh, no, he decides to turn. Oh, well, now he's got his teammate that's been able to pick up one. That was Magister that was inside a Palace. And so Perry's going to hear all of these footsteps. He's probably going to see one player go. We'll miss that action as now Perry does pick up one. He's going to try to be able to pick up the AK. Oh, he gets a second. That is huge. And if he makes this shot right here, missing the shot, but it's okay. I mean, he's done a lot of damage there, and he's got basically be able to put his teammates in the advantage, a 3-on-2. And right now, UAH needs to just group up and don't even worry about it. Just focus on the retakes if they need to. But splitting this up, making it a 2-on-2 with an unfair advantage for the Pistols. Now, Magister does have an AK. He does have head armor. He is fully set up to win the fights, but Nighthawk being able to get down. Now, Handercat does not need to challenge this. He just does not. Oh, my goodness, but he does, and it works out. Sometimes players are just rewarded for some of the silliest things.
Last bullet,
oh,
too.
My goodness.
It was the last bullet. He had to hit that shot, and he sure did, and that has to sting on the side of UAH. You got to think, there's no way he's going to challenge me. Just disrespectful, and that's you see. That's Perry coming through with the flank. He's able to pick up the scout there, and oh my goodness, the shot there on Fish Sauce just swinging a little too fast. Ooh, that's the last bullet, closing out that round. Now we're seeing the Tech 9s come out. We're seeing the Deagles come out. We see a P250.
That's what I was talking about, though. You know, A-Track, you mentioned, you asked the question, how do we see this one going? And I said, the ecos. You never know. You just never know.
True.
You see it now, the eco coming in the hands of UAH. They've won a Tech 9 rush before. There's only one in the hands of Buddy, but I'm sure they're happy to at least have Deagles.
There's only
we
one
know
here.
These can do some damage too. As now Pierre's going to get spotted. Oh, he's gotten taken out. Okay, he missed the first shot, but oh my goodness, Fish Sauce. He says, I don't care. I want to win our own eco. I wanted to get on 14 just like you guys did. As they're now pushing onto the side, they've gotten the bomb down. Fish Sauce once again finds a third. He is on fire in this round. He wants an ace, but they stack up for him, and Handercat mows them down as he's coming from CT. It's now a 2v2. They've got a kid in the hands of Magister, and they are still only on pistols. They are able to do this. ETL's low, and now Magister's going to find one. He doesn't find another one. That's Nighthawk. We've seen him clutch out these rounds before, and this is a must-win round again. You got to be kidding me. How are they landing these shots? It is 14-14, and these eco rounds are going back-to-back. Pittsburgh is now on their own eco round. And Corey, if history's told us anything, now Pittsburgh's going to hit some ridiculous shots.
Yeah, watching that last point again, it's just the way that these players are playing with Deagles are just lights out. Fish Sauce getting both of those initial entries as they were able to push into the bomb site was something else. I mean, making that shot, he was playing it smart. I believe that was Perry who was underneath. And now you've got Magister who is completely blinded. And he's going to have to backtrack a little bit, but be on the lookout. Yep, that was CTL. That was inside of mid, and he just got taken out. So now it is 14-14. This has just been a fight of gunfights. There is very little skill, or in terms of, or let me rephrase it, there's very little strategy that has been involved, all relying on skill. And that's all we've been seeing here. There's, for both sides, they've just been basically saying, hey, I can outgun the other. And we haven't really seen too much here. But, yeah, the bomb is making its way here towards the B bomb site. And they're waiting for one teammate that's going to make some action happen here. But inside of, there it is, Fish Sauce has found a pretty good opening. Now Handercat's going to see what he can be able to do. He spots one, and he tries to get the angle. But Buddy was just clipped right on the edge of that wall. And now stands EQ. He's just going to go ahead and run about. It's down to a 1-on-5. And so he's just going to see what he can be able to win out of this. Oh, the CZ is insane sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
And he's going to be able to pick up the AK, and he gets out of there. But look out, there is going to be one player that is inside of mid. That is CTL. And he's going to check underpass first. And now he's probably about to start hearing him run by here. And CTL is going to go, yep, he's in T-spawn at this point in time. And this round's going to go to UAH, and they're not going to be able to get to him.
I don't think they even really want to hunt him down too much. Money's not looking too great on their side. I mean, if you look on the side of Pitt, that's going to be an awful buy for them. So this AK, taking that away is a huge success. And now that is 15 on the board. They got that round, that 15th round on the back. They got to 14-14 on the back of a crazy Deagle round. we saw Fish Sauce getting 3 for himself, and then Nighthawk closing it out with another crazy deagle shot. And if you're Pittsburgh here, you want to find that same magic. You want to find that same success. And they've got to do it here, or we're going to go on to Inferno. As Stancy Q, he just wants to get aggressive towards this mid position. He is a madman for wanting to do this. That's the one rifle they have, and he was threatening to give it away that early. As he's now gone to push back onto that A-bomb side a little bit more. Not willing to just give it up just yet. As he's making his way towards jungle and mid. He wants to try to take, he really wants this mid control.
Yeah, just good util usage right now. Just kind of working their way into that mid, deep into mid. Titan T taking out a guy that was going, that was Perry that was going for the flank there. And now it looks like they're going to push onto A site with the bomb through T spawn, going ramp. We got Titan T in the front of this this push here with 17 health with the AK. There goes the molly. Oh, good molly. There's nobody there to receive that, but still a good spot just in case there was someone there to flush him out. They're going to check CT spawn now. Buddy's going to find himself a 2-piece there.
Well, he actually finds himself a 3K behind that team.
Oh, yeah, there's a 3.
Yeah, it should be all she wrote. As Hannercat's got a deagle and a dream. We've seen this position so many times, even with the deagle on this map specifically. Fish Sauce, he wants to close it out, and then he says, well, you're not going to do it, but CTL will, and that is going to close out map number 1, 16-14, Corey. Oh my goodness, eco rounds are just disgusting to watch. Sometimes you just think to yourself, why don't they just use pistols every round if they can do that? But 16-14 on the back of what should have been an impossible round many times.
Yeah, so I'm going to take us back for a moment, too. Again, while we are going through some of the different server problems that we are seeing, we are seeing some ping spikes that were happening throughout that game. But then what we end up seeing is Pittsburgh was taking that one 6 rounds. They had 6-round lead. It was 6-0. And then all of a sudden, the first half score ended 8-7 in favor of UAH. So UAH, more importantly, Fish Sauce came out to play, and then the very end of that game, you saw Buddy also playing really, really, really well. So basically looking at this game, the next one is UAH's pick. And so UAH will be heading over here towards Inferno. They're going to be on the T side because Pittsburgh had selected the CT side. We'll find out how this one plays. We're going to be heading into map number 2 after the break here out of this best of 3. Learn more about Army careers in science, technology, engineering, and math at GoArmy.com. More than 150 soldier possibilities ready and waiting. We're back here at Esports Stadium Arlington. It is currently 11:35 p.m. tonight, which means for Pittsburgh it is 12:35 over there on the East Coast. I'm Corey Dunn. I'm joined here with Jonathan O. We've also got 8-Track who's joining us as well from Fort Knox. So in this series so far, UAH, they were down 0-6 against a team like Pittsburgh. And then in the end, just a really massive fight, just fight after fight after fight. I mean, there was no real crazy executes other than we're ecoing, let's slam a bomb site. And that was about how the strategies worked. In the end, though, UAH, they come out on top 16-14. That brings us into our next matchup. We'll be going into our next map. That's going to be Inferno, where UAH, that was UAH's pick, and then, of course, Pittsburgh selected the CT side. One of the other call-outs, too, that I want to mention, just to keep everybody in tune with what's happening, we are not changing our servers, which means things kind of smooth out as well. All that means is that they feel so confident from the experience that they had from the very first map that they don't feel like they need to change it. So that's, again, from a competition integrity standpoint, we offer different servers. They elected to stay with it for me, that makes me feel a little bit better because that actually allows us to know that the server was absolutely up to par for that game, especially whenever it narrows it down to 16-14. But John, what were you going to mention here?
Oh, I actually had my notes backwards. I thought that was UAH's pick on Mirage, and I thought Pittsburgh had picked Inferno. Just confirms that I was incorrect, and so as you mentioned, this is UAH's pick, and they squeaked out 16-14 on the side of Pittsburgh. So Inferno is a map that we know is the championship map. That's the interesting one, and here for UAH, this could be where they close it out. So if you're Pittsburgh, you're already playing with your back against the wall here. You went against this team. You had a great opening for yourself, but you weren't able to fight the momentum. You weren't able to go into that boxing match and come out alive. As you said, Corey, the main strategy we saw was, hey, we're ecoing. We better run somewhere. But it worked. And it worked so many times. And they just were not prepared for the fight that they had in front of themselves. And so here we are on Inferno. This has to be one of our favorite maps in this tournament. And here we go. We're already getting started. As you mentioned, we are seeing Pittsburgh on the side of the CTs as, oh my goodness, a grenade has already dealt so much damage to the side of UAH. As they are berating their way down. Man, and Nighthawk's going to lead the front. We saw how much success he could have. And, you know, he just makes a lot of noise. He says, let's just go back to Banana. I didn't see anything going on over there, so they're just going to walk on in. And now they're making their way onto the B-bomb site.
All right, down they're pushing over here towards the bomb site right now. They've already shut down. They've cleared out the B bomb site here in this pistol round. See if they are able to get a retake here onto the site. Yeah, as Magister are going to try to be able to lead the charge, but there's a pop flash coming in for Buddy to allow Nighthawk to get at least one more. So now they're making their way here into the site. And wow, just like that. And they know where the last one's at. That's going to be Fish Sauce, but he is lethal.
Yeah, Fish Sauce, the USPS. Oof. Stuff like this just has me like on edge the whole time. When it's just like a 1v1.
Oh. Yeah, there you have it. Fish Sauce, of course, playing that extremely well. And then Perry not having, or Hannercat not having a diffuse kit there, so that's not going to necessarily be beneficial. He's able to play out the round. That's why he went chasing after that last one. But UAH taking the pistol round here.
Yep, again, we're seeing them stack A. Pittsburgh putting 3 players over on A. It was 4, and then one of them cut back to go support on B. We're seeing some noise being made over here on the A site. Bomb left back in the spawn. We've already got a fight going on in Banana, it looks like. Nighthawk boosting up. Titan there, but Titan gets taken out. Ooh, I think he just took some damage from the left from a grenade as well. They're going to pull back. It's a 3v4 right now. Fish Sauce is lit up. Nighthawk took a little bit of damage over there as well. Grabbing the bomb. I think they're talking right now about their options. It looks like they're going to be pushing A site up their mid. Here comes the smoke.
They found those 2 picks on the players in apartment. They're like, you know what? If that's 2 people down there, and we know that there's 2 players on B, that only leaves us with a few to work with. And oh my God, Stan goes absolutely nuclear. He finds 3 people mid. That might shut down the round, but he's got himself an AK, and that's just a head poking out. So Stan's got to be careful. It just says that's an easy task. That's an easy shot to hit. Buddy's not able to find it. But he's like, I'm not going to take that fight. I saw the damage that Stan was able to do, and Stan wants the ace. He finds himself an AK. And Buddy's just like, get away from me. As he's on a 3K himself. Now it seems like this is going to be the battle for B's site. Buddy's going to find himself there first. No defuse kit in the hands of Stan. This wasn't eco. They only had pistols. Oh no, he's going to run right into him. And Stan finds himself the ace behind 3 ridiculous picks there with the Deagle in mid. And he's going to find the round on the board for his team. That is a tied up game 1-1. We are already seeing this one swinging back and forth behind eco rounds. That's going to be the name of the game in this series. Who's able to withhold the eco round wins. And as we take a look at this replay, this is how it started off with Stan just spraying through the smoke. He's able to find one. That's a nice pick. That's a second nice pick. And there's a third. Oh my God. You just never get tired of seeing that. And Buddy just not expecting it from that position, just running right into him. Great stuff there from Stan, and we know he can perform in this map, but a stat from last game, Fish Sauce ended with 36 kills and 129 ADR. So if you think he's hot, he is absolutely warmed up in this series. But Stan is already on 6 kills, and they are not letting anyone go down banana.
Yeah, it's already a 4v3 right now, but the Pittsburgh is low on health. We did just see a boost there, actually. Magister is going to hold down B site because I think they got an inkling that they might be going A, and he's just holding up here with the MP9 now as UAH is pushing up through banana now. Fish sauce in the front with the deagle here. Just patient, waiting for some footsteps or something, some sort of information. His team right behind him going to grab the bomb. He's just kind of being a little bit of a scout right now to get some information if they're sure they want to commit to B site here. Hasn't heard anything on his right yet from CT spawn. Hopefully he doesn't give his back here to Magister, but we'll see as he's just slowly inching his way up there. His team's with him now. He's going to get a little more confidence. He's going to come out. Hopefully he gets that turnaround and see if this spot works out for him. Magister with the MP9 only has 34 HP as well, so we'll see. This is they're right next to each other. Don't even know. There's a smoke. Fish sauce. Oh, and Magister getting the 2-piece. That spot worked out for him after all. A little bit of spray down there. Could take out both of those CTs as they are low on health. We are seeing another boost and stands with a headshot with that AK on Fish sauce. Cleans up the end of the round. Pittsburgh pulling up another one.
Yeah, Magister said, hey, I liked that boost so much. You try your shot, Stan, and that's exactly what worked out for him. So 2 on the board for them. Wasn't eco. They were able to do some good damage at the beginning as UAH, but now they're going to find themselves on the back of another eco as they won the pistol round and then lost immediately after. And that's kind of what happens is you want to if you get the pistol round, you should try and do your best to guarantee that second, because if you don't, you essentially are just going to lose 3 rounds in a row, and that's what we're seeing here. The scout's coming out for CTL. He's hoping to do as much damage as possible, and you know what? I've talked this into existence now. The eco round should win this round at this point. Oh, Nighthawk actually sees his teammate there, and he got a little bit scared. He tried to point his crosshair at him. He's like, whoa, wait a second. Who's that? Now Pierre's able to spot Fish Sauce there. Is able to take him out. Takes a little bit damage on his way out, but he'll be happy to see that one as Otter takes down Buddy. Now it's a 3v5. 2 players on this side. They know the AWP is here. Maybe not going to expect this scout. That could be a nice peek there, but it's even better find there from Honor. As it's just easy picking, and his stand closes out 2 there with ease. Closing out round number 4. It's 3 in favor of Pittsburgh, and now we're going to see the gun round on the side of Inferno. So once again, Pittsburgh starting off quick. This time they're starting off quick on their CT side. They started off quick on their T side on Mirage. Getting some nice holds from the self, and that AWP is coming alive in the hands of Otter. Oh, actually, look at that. Stands 9-1. I forgot he got that ace.
Yep, that's right.
Yep. They're gonna need this round though. They needed these AKs. 3-1's not looking good. Their motivation's probably pretty low right about now. Fish Sauce is pushing real hard up into apps here. Getting a spray through there. What's going on over on B site? Oh, not much. Looks like actually they're just gonna be hanging out. Again, it's all about the information right now. Hintercat taking some damage there from Fish Sauce as he's pushing up through apps. Probably just trying to get a pick. Like I said, it's all about that initial pick. Once you can get one, you're a little more comfortable. You're taking on a 5v4 instead of a 5v5. We're seeing some action over... Where are those shots coming from? Oh, they're just spamming the walls? Yeah, but Magister just... Oh, wow. Fish Sauce with a shot through the wall. Up in apps, taking out Perry there. And then he's going to pull back. He made the noise. He did the damage he needed to. CTL getting taken out in mid there by Magister with the FAMAS. Again, the coin flip gun, as we talked about the past few days. Some smoke spam there. Getting the team to pull back. Otter as well with the op. Just taking out Titan T there. Looks like this is going to be a heavy B rotation here, as they're going to be pushing up. Here come the utils once again. Not as fast as I thought, as they're slowing it down a little bit as they're coming up. The pop flash there. Coming from Fish Sauce. He's pushing through the fire to get a good angle here. Looking for Otter with that op. Manages to take him out. They have the sight, but there is stands in Coffin right now, or in construction right now, pushing up to Coffin. He's right there. Fish Sauce gets a nice headshot there, even though he was blind. 3v2. Magister pushing up Coffin here now. Ooh, getting some nice shots through the smoke there, but doesn't manage to get the kill. just the patience right now. They're pulling back. I don't think they're going to take that fight. They want these guns for the next round, which is good for UAH because they need this win. They need the money. And that fight would have cost him at least one more gun, I think.
Yeah, we've got UAH coming back into this one of our very first kind of real gun round that I've seen.
But he actually isn't able to get away in time, so they're just going to look at his body like, oh, man, maybe we should have run a little bit faster.
Well, it's not going to be – it shouldn't make too much of an impact, but we'll see. Yep, well, you got Titan T who's going to have a Galil, but he does get himself an AK from this, and so the only difference is that he doesn't have a nade set that you'd like him to have. But on the flip side, they're looking pretty. They've got a full kind of setup here. Otter decides to go ahead and step in front of the spray as Titan T was actually spraying through that plywood.
Yeah, and if you saw there on Banana, that little house that separates between Banana and the B bomb site, there's a Molotov on top of that. So one of those just went a little bit off the rails. Wishing they had that one back, because if that one was at the place they wanted it to, that means Otter is actually out of this round. Now Mother Molotov comes in, stands at a very forward position. Great flash to get him in. Excellent from Otter there. That is exactly what you want to see. What a clean execute. And now that's going to put them on a 2v5 just like that. Fantastic teamwork here from Pittsburgh on that B site.
Yeah, those are much needed wins in that situation. Now we can see Buddy and CTL. They are just running around here. They can hear every footstep. And they also see the smoke coming over the top, but a quick counter molly to be able to slow things down. And, oh, man, they wanted that one back. That was another molly that was supposed to go down, but it landed just at the base of that smoke. And now they're going to continue to work here towards the site. Quick check over there towards the plant. Now, they know exactly where they're at. They have not hid that away from the CTs being Pittsburgh, as now it's 4-2. And that was just a weird way to kind of try to take the bomb site. I mean, they said, hey, we're here. No, seriously, we're still here. No, we're coming right now. Yep, we're now inside here. So it's just the fact that they just continued to announce themselves heading into that B bomb site. Just allowed the CTs, allowed Pittsburgh to basically set up control there.
And that's what I was going to say about the last round, actually. It was just an incomplete setup, and it just looks like after one thing fell through, they didn't feel comfortable. What they seem the most comfortable with is just, in fact, getting these rushes, because it's like they can commit to a strategy. Sure, it doesn't go in their favor, but they're at least all on board with one another. That was an eco round. It was the Tech 9s, and then that time it did not work out. So it's 5-2 in favor of Pittsburgh. UAH, of course, is going to have money this round. They find themselves with the AWP in the hands of CTL. They want to get him online. They want to feel confident in him as he's 0-7. Maybe that's the gun that's going to help him come back into this and have some life. Now we see three players getting aggressive towards Banana, and once again, Magister, he hasn't been coming out on top of those fights. Last time he was just fortunate enough to get away with his life, and he said this time he's like, you know what, I'm feeling it again. He's not able to walk away from that. Fortunately, Otter's able to even up those odds in mid. CTL is the one who took out Magister before he was taken out himself. And so we see, once again, Corey, as you mentioned, they're at Banana, and they're kind of doing that thing where they're staying there for a bit, just announcing their presence. Last time they got absolutely destroyed by a singular flash. And I'd be curious to see if they're trying to set it up again as Stan is getting pretty far forward. There's the flash. They were ready for it this time. Titan T playing this one well, and why is he pulling out the smoke in that situation? You saw two people run out there. Well, he did the job that he needed to. Now that's going to push them off as Stan is rotating over. He wants to play from a different position. That's inside of construction. As the four players of UAH are now pushing down Banana, they got themselves the bomb. That's a Molotov. Stan's just going to go right through it. He's going to see multiple players. They're going to line up. It's not enough, however, as it is a trade, and that means the bomb site is going to be theirs. It's a 2v3 retake. They have two kits in the hand of Handercat and Otter. Otter's got an AWP.
These plays are, it's just, the site retakes is just the hardest right now, especially with a 2v3, an AWP and an M4. You got to hope to get a pick, even it up. They've got more health, though. Titan T taking out Hanner Cat there, though. And we've got Otter all by himself. He's going to pull away with that op. He knows he needs to save it. And he does have a kit, but it's not worth the fight, especially in a 1v3 with the op. It's just not going to happen. So they're getting out of there. Everybody manages to make it out of there this time.
Yeah, UAH remembering what happened to Buddy, and they said, hey, man, we need to get out of this site sooner. That blast went farther than we were expecting, and they were able to save 3. As you said, A-Track, it is now 5-3 in favor of Pitt. And, you know, they've had some great rounds from themselves, but they aren't able to keep it in their favor all the way through. They've taken some good control over Banana. I want to see if Otter is actually the one coming in for Magister here. He says, Magister, you're doing it wrong. Let me show you how it's done. They've swapped sites completely, and now Nighthawk's taking some damage from his teammates behind him, it seems like. Is not going to be too happy about that, but it's not the end of the world. Once again, we're seeing what we would consider a default split for UAH here. 3 players towards that banana position. The bomb down and with the position we'd expect it to, and Nighthawk 1-6. Not having the best game for himself, but CTL also sitting on 1-8. So these players need to be coming alive for UAH. And despite the scoreline, it's a pretty close game. One round could be swinging in any side's favor at any moment. So here we go. Looks like we see Nighthawk in a very forward position. I'm sure there's going to be a flash coming out soon. Just a few moments
CTL
here.
With the smoke. There it is.
Uh-oh. Otter backed right into the molly that he didn't know that was over there in the corner. That's going to allow him, he's going to go ahead and kind of regroup into that same position, but he now gives away where he's going to be located at. But Stan, he's going to push right through as he's able to pick up 2 of them, but it is now down to a 3-on-3, and they are now collapsing here, and CTL is the last one alive. He is 3-8 in this game. But there he goes and makes it 4-9 after Hanner Cat takes him out 6-3 in favor of Pittsburgh. So that execute, they want it. The challenge for Inferno is you want to kind of pull the utility away from the CT. You want to basically encourage them to go ahead and drop the smokes and the mollies early. Sometimes you just have to bait it out, and that way you have a better attack to be able to hit later on. But here comes some nades, and Buddy he's just not been advantageous for him as they've been able to dominate him with nade after nade. Now Otter, oh no, Stan, this round is over fast.
Look, it's a blind fire kill there.
That's pretty funny.
What's the point of that? It's the fire you can't see.
Now I have a question, John. Do we think that is he threw the molly down while he was blind,
or was blinded when he died to the molly?
Which is what I would anticipate is probably he was blind while the guy was burning in the molly. But I think
why wasn't it considered a no scope too?
Well, I mean, there's not a scope to not have it, period. So every weapon at that point would be no scopes, and that would be a clutter. That'd be so funny though. Just a bunch of the pistol round is all no scopes.
Hey, technicalities, you know. The pistol round no scope.
Damn, another no scope.
Yeah, it would definitely lose a lot of its fun.
Yeah.
But that's exactly why.
That's pretty funny.
That's exactly why you only see it with the guns with scopes, Corey.
Yeah,
well, okay, maybe not the Krieg and AUG, but we're getting really technical. Let's jump back into the matches.
So now there's some logic that I think is going to be pretty interesting that CS:GO over time will start to look at it and go, whoa, is it really relevant that someone's blind while they're... So here we have it. Nighthawk evening up this round, and quickly Perry's going to go and hold down the bracket side. But they are going to be pushing here towards the bomb site, and Hanner Cat is going, wait a minute, I thought this area was clear. Oh, wait, I was the one watching that position. That makes sense. Okay, so now they're going to go ahead and take over. Oh, my goodness, the fire's just been so lethal. UAH, you're not flame retarded. Let's go. So there you have it. You got Stan's going to push right in here, and just like that, they pick up the round 8-3 now in favor of Pittsburgh.
Stan is 18-5. Look, I know he got an ace, and if you want to just subtract 5 right out, he's 13-5, which is still impressive. He leads the server by a mile. The closest person to him is his teammate Otter in 10. This dude loves Inferno. We saw this before, and I believe it was the very first time we saw him in the day. We saw so many clutches from him on that B bomb site. He absolutely feels like home, and so if I'm UAH, I wonder why they picked Inferno against the likes of, I mean, even one player of Stan. They could have done some research to know that he likes this map, but who knows? Maybe they have an equally as strong CT side. I mean, they still got many rounds of the board for themselves, as this one will be an eco.
Stans also has a 5K and a 3K under his belt, so he's definitely doing work.
And if you take those again out of the picture, he's at 10, which would still be the top of the server.
Yeah, it's true.
Just to point out how well he is playing in this game. So we already saw a pick on the Titan T, and that was in the hands of Otter. Seems like Otter's always finding the first pick of this match. He just always is finding something with that AWP. Whether his team's able to capitalize or not, he has been consistent. There we go, Fish Sauce being forced forward. Fish don't like being in fire as he's pushing forward, trying to turn him into Sauce with that fire, and they're going to take the fights now. He's not going to win that one, but CTL is going to do it with the scouts as they're being picked off one by one, and that's going to close it out. An easy eco round coming through, and I'm not sure if we've seen an eco round actually have any success. So maybe Pittsburgh in between maps just had a little pep talk of, guys, come on. We really got to stop giving them these pistol rounds. And it seems like they've been able to shut down the likes of UAH pretty well in this half. And so here we go. We're seeing the weapons come out once again for the side of UAH. And if they want to even up that scoreline, they got to start with this round. It's 9-3 in favor of Pittsburgh.
Yep, again, we're seeing the 2-2 split. We've got one guy waiting back by the bomb here. Lots of spam shots to the walls here. Flashes over on B. Otter with the op. Watching this angle. Hoping to get a shot here. Fish Sauce and Buddy already up, and Boiler managed to take out Magister there as they're going to push back around to mid. Get some spread here. CTL coming to back him up. The bomb as well in mid. Hannercat with the molly. Harry is going to push up top as well. Get it nice and aggressive here. Hold a different angle. Hopefully they don't expect it. Oh, gets the shots on Buddy as well. He's going to push forward. Check caps behind him. There's no one coming. They got to be coming from mid here. Oh, and CTL with a nice flick there. Stands as well getting taken down. And it's all down to Otter with the op. He's got plenty of money. What do you think he's going to have to push this? I think he's just going to wait, I think.
Yeah, he should just be waiting. He's got a couple teammates that are not going to be able to buy as much. Hannercat should be roughly at 30 or about 4,000 going into this next one.
And if you look at Magister, he's only at 1,200. He only has the stimulus check to his name right now.
Hey, relevant, contextual. I like it.
You sound like you liked it so much, Corey.
Yeah. So yeah, you have it, Magister. Yeah, we'll be paying attention to him, seeing what he's going to end up having. He should be up to 2,600. That's your $1,400 round bonus. And of course, the next round will be coming in will be $1,900. So 9-4. Pittsburgh's got a good little lead. They're going to be looking to try to extend this further. If they get to 11-4, even a 10-5, they're feeling really, really good about that. 9-6 is good, but a 10-5, 11-4, you're feeling really good, especially the 11-4. And for some reason, Magister pulled away from that position. The only thing I can think of is maybe that it could have been getting spammed. I know that Fish Sauce has been spamming this different angle. So they're going to go ahead and try to get him boosted up again. He is going to make his way up onto the next balcony over. So he's going to hold this. This is, again, is a very off angle. He is supported there by Perry. Perry's holding a tight angle underneath the balcony. So you can see right there, here's underneath the porch. He's basically going to be supporting Magister here on this shot. So if Magister is blind, he'll peek out on his behalf. There comes over Molly's over the top. There's some flashbangs out. Oh, but Perry, you're in a tough spot. You're going to have to be able to get pulled. But he does pick up one before he dies. And Buddy was the one that tossed out the molly, but he will get quickly traded there afterwards. AWP coming out here for Otter. There's some conflict, yep, over here towards the B bomb site. Otter is just going to be toying around with Titan T, but the bomb is actually making its way through mid-pit. And CTL peeks out over the top and taking down Stan. But look at this. There is another fight, again, that was still going on in construction. And now they know that the B bomb site is open, and it is a 2-on-2. And the bomb is getting planted here by CTL. It's a dry – oh, I thought it was a dry plant. I didn't know that the smoke was going to be there. And looks like Magister is not going to wait for his teammate. He says there's no time to waste as he makes his way already inside of here. CTL is committed to watching Banana all the way, and now he's going to see him come back. But his teammate, who is trying to be able to support him there, bomb is ticking away. Magister is the one that has the kit. They're going to have to make a move here, and I think the way that UAH is playing this one, they're playing extremely well. There's no move, and again, Magister was the one that had to get the defuse, and that's not going to do it. Nope. Yeah, nope. It did not do it. 9-5 now. Again, they played it where they were hoping that they could get a bait out, but the way that UAH played it was extremely well. They forced them to come to them, and so there you have it, 9-5. Pittsburgh still has the lead. Again, you still feel good about a 9-6, but you'd really be hopeful for a 10-5 here, A-Track.
Yeah, definitely for sure. Especially if you're going onto the other side, if you're more comfortable starting out in CT, if you know that you're going to be struggling on the T side, you want as many rounds under your belt as you can get here. Seeing the utils go out onto Banana here as Nighthawk's going through with the AK, trying to get a little pick there, but he doesn't manage to. Getting backed up by Titan T. There's not much action going on, but we do have Fish Sauce already up on apps. They're just like, these guys are just really good at gathering info and just being very patient, listening for footsteps, seeing how many are here. All right, we're ready to go. Bring the bomb. Let's go. And we've seen it over and over again where they're getting there, bringing the whole team over there, but then again, it's just the gunfights. They're just losing gunfights. So Fish Sauce with the flash here. Going to be going for the flank around the side. So this goes for him. Ooh, this might be a B. Yeah, this looks like this is going to be a B push. He's going to go through CT, which is a little bit risky because he's going to have 3 enemies behind him when he pushes through here. But if he can get the kills and help. Oh no, and Otter was sitting there anticipating the push, and there it is. Fish Sauce getting taken out of the game. Here comes the molly from Stans as well, burning Nighthawk down to 6 HP, but Nighthawk gets him with a headshot through the smoke there. And, yep, of course, the spam through the smoke is going to take Nighthawk out. It's a 4v3 right now. Oh, that double boost again. The Tower of Power. Galil in the back. Titan T down to 6 HP. Last one alive. Doesn't manage to get any kills there, and it ends in a 10-5.
Well, that's the scoreline you said for Pittsburgh that they would want, Corey. 11-4 would have been preferred, but still happy with 10-5. This is the map pick of UAH, and we'll have to see how they're able to hold it down on that CT side. We're looking pretty strong there. They had some moments going for themselves as we see a pause coming through. They had some moments on their T side. As Nighthawk drops out. Perhaps
Looks
had
like
an
FPS
update of some sort. What was that, A-Track?
Looks like they're having FPS issues. So Buddy was saying.
Gotcha. We'll wait for him to join back into this server. As I was saying, they had some good flashes of success on their T side. They just weren't able to keep that momentum. Pittsburgh shutting them down along the way. And that's how we resulted ourselves in a 10-5. With that said, there is a lot of Counter-Strike still to be played. UAH, once again, it is their match pick, or their map pick, excuse me. I wouldn't expect to see a great hold here from their CT side. I'm actually going to check my notes to see if we've seen Inferno, but Corey, as I'm doing that, what do you think we need to see out of UAH on their CT other than just solid fundamental play?
Yeah, I mean, we're slowly seeing CTO get back into the action in terms of utilizing his op, but we didn't see a whole lot from him from the very first map. So it does go back, of course, to the fundamentals. But the most important part, you're playing against a team like Pittsburgh, which does this. This is their map choice. And so you should be able to, or this actually, I apologize. This is UAH's map choice.
Correct.
So there has to be a little bit of, I mean, you have to feel bad about the situation that you're in because you would suspect that they would have a better half. So we'll see. And maybe they feel like they've just got such a strong CT side, which is very possible. There's going to be a heavy usage of utilities, but the most important part is you better hope that you've got the best pistol strat known to man here on this CT side. I want to, if we take a look at the tab for a second, look at the scoreboard for a second, because I want to show something real fast. So UAH won the pistol round, right? And then after that, they lost the next 3. So not only do they need to win the pistol round, they need to basically be able to lock it down. If they lose the pistol round, they have to do the exact same thing that Pittsburgh did in shock and awe. Which, of course, what Pittsburgh did was a stand ZQ. So you have to make a decision there, right? So
That is true. So with that said, we see Nighthawk able to jump back into the server. Hopefully that those issues have been addressed. He's sitting at 3-13. We hope that it's not affecting his play that much, as we want to see all players able to compete at the highest level here. Making sure competitive integrity is #1. So we will be patient as we address these issues. And something to note, Stan CQ was 18-5, I believe. As we hyped him up, essentially, and we were saying he's dominating the server, he kind of went quiet as his team stepped up in their places, because the closest was 10, and now I see 14, 14, and 10, respectively, on their side. And there we go. We have resumed the countdown, which will resume this second half. UAH needs to have a great CT side for themselves. It is their map pick, so we expect nothing less. As we see all armor on the sides of Pittsburgh, a Molotov and a flash to work with on the side of UAH, and they are running down mid, A-Track.
Oh, yeah. Big push here as they're going to try and overwhelm the enemy on A. But it looks like they're already lost 3 headshots coming from Titan. Titan himself getting taken out. Buddy getting stands, but Fish Sauce cleaning up the team. And that's a quick round right there.
That was
They tried to
incredibly
just
fast.
push in. Couldn't overwhelm them. They were too prepared. They had really good angles to get those shots. Titan T was hitting those shots. As you can see, 3 headshots before he himself gets taken out with that USPS.
Yeah, he was just one-tapping people. Just saw one bullet. He saw another one, 2 bullets. And that's all he needed for 2 of them. And that's a hard task to follow up, as he was in a pretty difficult position to take out anyways, and it seems like they didn't even know where he was. So Titan T, the catalyst in that pistol round to get it going for him, and could be the catalyst for this half. As Fish Sauce, he's trying to say, you know what? You got to get through me. I'm back. I had a lot of kills last round too. He had 36 last map, and now he's got 2 to start off this round. As this is just against an eco, and they're just gonna be like, you know what? Let's just go on quick. Smoke going down, and they almost close it out, and Nighthawk sure does. And that's going to be round number 7 as the lead slowly starts to dwindle on the side of Pittsburgh. But now they're going to have guns, and this will be the true test to see how strong UAH is on their CT side. Yes, they don't have upgraded rifles for themselves, and yes, we don't see an AWP out either for either of these teams. So I want to say it's truly a complete gun round across the board, but it is the first round of the half. And this can absolutely start swinging some momentum in their favor. And there goes $600 just lost to that smoke.
Yep, there goes a Molly as well over into Banana, trying to get some control here. We already see UAH having 3 people onto Banana, but now they're having Nighthawk rotate back. Oh, nope. They just dropped Fish Sauce with a nice 180 there, taking out 2 of Pittsburgh's attackers there. Banana now cleared, they thought, but Otter is still there. Getting a pick on Fish Sauce there. Coming back to grab the bomb. It looks like this might be a B push, as he's going back to Banana, going to finish up the job. He said, you took 3 of us, I'm taking all of you. We also have Handercap pushing up onto A site through apps. And Nighthawk, again, boosted up on top here on the boxes. Or sorry, barrels. Just looking for a head, something. Here comes the flashes and the smokes. It might be, yeah, looks like it's actually going to be a faux push. Yep. Oh, man, Titan T just getting destroyed. Came around that corner, expecting to get a nice little jump shot, but he gets taken out. And A is wide open. They're all there, ready to go. And the bomb is down. Nighthawk, the last one alive, with all his health. He's got armor. He's got an AK. He's got a kit. He's probably just going to sit back there and wait. I think it's worth to wait to hold on to the AK if he's more comfortable using that. Maybe one of his teammates said, hey, save that for me. And it's looking like they're going to be a little bit tight on money here. Except Fish Sauce. Fish Sauce does have some money. I believe he was using the op before, wasn't he?
He was the AK, and the CTL was the opper for their side. But what a weird start to that round. We saw Fish Sauce getting so aggressive, pushing down that banana, and he was just sitting in the smoke. He tried to blend in with the team, and actually Stan, funny enough, if we have a replay of that, Stan saw him. He was looking at him, and he just, for some reason, didn't recognize that that was an enemy. Maybe just thought he forgot that they were the T's there, so Stan didn't take him out soon enough, and Fish Sauce was able to shoot his teammate in the back before finding. Actually, no, he found both of those kills. Yeah, so Stan was just completely caught off guard by that, and well, it doesn't matter at the end as Pittsburgh finds that round, and it's 11-7 now. And like I said, that first gun round is going to be a teller of how this will shape up, how they can keep this momentum, whoever wins that round. As we see, full set of AKs coming out here. CTL holding onto this site with a P250. He's got a flash to work with, which he has in hand. Seems like he wants to try to use it somehow. Not sure which teammate he'll be able to utilize that with, but Stan's just trying to spray through the smoke. He's got a feeling someone's there, and he's correct. He's just not able to find anything as Pierre somewhere goes down on that A bomb site. A-Track, were you able to see how that happened?
You're talking about over on Banana? Sorry, my cat is in my lap, and he's clawing my leg.
Don't you know there's no cat in this map? It's Banana.
You're right. You're right.
There is no cat
His
walk
name's
here.
Kurt.
Kurt. Well, hello, Kurt. Thank you for joining us. Is Kurt going to cast with us?
Yeah, he might. I don't know. He's a little fatty. He doesn't really do much, but.
Well, speaking of fatty, we're seeing the Molotovs now pushing onto the site, and that's going to push them out of position. And they are so blind. They can't see a thing, but Stan's able to close them out. And that's going to give them the bomb site now, and it's a 3v3 retake. UAH, I have a feeling they want to stop the bleeding, and they've got an idea that that one's trying to go for a flank, and that is Titan T. He's going to trade blow for blow, and look at the health on these players for Pitt. They are so low. It seems like they want to push through this smoke. Looks like Fish Sauce wants to try to flash for his teammate here. That's actually just a smoke to blind off Otter, and that has a huge gap in it. I don't know what that wants to accomplish. As he's able to take that fight, and Fish Sauce, yeah, that smoke just did not help him in any means. And Buddy's able to find one before Stan walks away with 4 in the round. And a great pickup there. That's round number 12 on the board. That might even spell a save here for UAH.
We'll see. I know right now UAH is really, really wanting this comeback. So, but we'll see. Right now it's looking like Pittsburgh is just going to pull through. So we're going into round 20, 12-7. Again, more. Oh, look at this push right now. Titan T came up saying, oh, maybe I can get a pick. Maybe I can get a gun for myself. But no. Otter taking both him and Fish Sauce out. More utils down mid right now. As they've made their decision. They're going to be pushing onto A site with a bomb here, it looks like. Otter watching the flank there, taking out CTL before he could do any damage. Buddy as well getting taken out. This is a bit of a slaughter right now. This eco did not go for into UAH's favor. Nighthawk with a USPS all by himself, sitting in spawn, hoping to get a pick so he can get a good weapon here. Pushing up real tight, and he gets taken out by Magister there.
Nice and easy, lemon squeezy. Was that eco round for Pittsburgh, and that I think that's the main adjustment that they've made to really establish a lead for themselves here, is just keep themselves composed, know when they're going against eco rounds, and then challenging them perfectly. I will say there was a very far push mid there, which might have been unnecessary, and I think if they had maybe pushed with more players, they could have been more successful. But regardless, we're here in round number 21. It's 13-7 in favor of Pittsburgh, and we're seeing another gun round. We're seeing the AWP in the hands of Buddy. He's gone glass cannons. Nighthawk tried to find a pick there, but it's the wrong guy to find, and it's Stan. He's leading the server. I think he's at 24 now. Now he's going to be the only one contesting onto Banana now. He's just going to make a presence. That's still keeping 2 players over on that site as they've taken the bomb over to this A site through alt mid and taking it even through apartments. Fishshot's going hunting. He's going to find one. It's going to be telling, oh, he wanted the AK so bad that he exposed himself, and Otter was there for the trade. That's going to mean their A bomb site is going to get overwhelmed. Titan T's at least going to find Otter, and it's a 3v3 take now as the bomb's being planted. Pierre actually getting taken down by Titan. So good shots there, and of course Stan finds a quick pick there to even up the odds. It's 2-2. Titans at 19 HP, and Buddy's got an AWP in his hands. They don't have kits, and Buddy doesn't even have armor. I'd imagine if they're looking to get this round, they need to go soon. There's actually a gap in that smoke, and they're trying to use it to their best ability, but smartly, Pittsburgh's giving them nothing to work with. Buddy's trying to find himself another angle, maybe even just looking for exits at this point. Titan T's been spotted, and they're just going to hightail it out of there. That's going to be round number 14 for Pittsburgh. UAH was not able to hold on as Fish Sauce gets a little bit too greedy trying to find himself that AK, which turns out to be the demise for his team. And so we see the money on the side of Pittsburgh is looking great. UAH is going to have to go through at least 2 gun rounds to weather the storm, and they don't have great money for themselves. CTL $3,000, and Nighthawk was just subpar with an MP9. Even when CTL, look at that, he's just sitting on his USP. This is going to be a tough round to win, but can't put them out just yet. That grenade can start off and do some damage. It hits Magister pretty hard. Knocks off some of that armor even. Now they're trying to contest Banana even a little bit more seriously. They've got 3 people here. Of course, one of them's a USP, but we can't diminish that gun. We know the damage it can do, and Magister's just trying to push forward. He wants to be aggressive. He says, I hear so much movement there, but I still want to fight. He is confident. They don't have the bomb in hand, but they're just trying to find anything.
There's more and more utils getting stacked over on Banana right now. Magister opening up with that AK. Ooh, he gets hit by his own teammate's Molotov there. Pull him back a little bit. Just being real patient again. That just UAH wants to win real bad right now. They definitely need this win. As they're seeing Magister go back to grab the bomb there. Stan's watching Banana ever so patiently. Just hoping to see a head, hoping to see an arm, a leg, something to know what he's up against. It's going to be a nice big push over to A. Stan's on the flank as the top fragger right now. We see him slow walking up through arches here. Just super, super, super slow. Waiting for that smoke to get out of the way so they can see, and throwing a smoke of their own to smoke off arches for him. Oh, man, here comes the spray from Nighthawk. He only manages to grab one there before he gets taken out.
Oh, no. Perry actually falls to his teammate, Handercat.
That's a rough one.
And there's not a lot of time to, oh my goodness. All Buddy had to do was basically lock this down. Just kind of be a hiccup in the round, and that could have been enough. But it is a 2-on-2. They start to try to see if they can have to take this bomb site. And there you go. You got Stan. But there you have Handercat coming back at it. And another smoke coming out. And there's this full spray. That's actually could give you a sign of confidence. And UAH, Fish Sauce, is going to try to extend this game that much further. And the score right now 14-8. As we take a look at the situation where UAH is at, they're going to be on some tough and odd buys all the way through here. Because what we're seeing time and time again from Pittsburgh is they just keep taking away weapons. They keep taking out players from the rounds. I mean, there's not that many UAH players left alive each round, and that's the one thing you want to do as a T side is you just want to constantly be that nuisance. And now we've got the default set up here again, basically looking for different peaks. A lot of utility gets used by UAH in the start of the round. That's one of those things that I don't think is necessary if you're not going to leverage them. I mean, you can see that they're basically just holding the same angles later on, and they should just basically leverage some of the counter smokes and flashes. But if you look at their side, I mean, you can see you got 2 flashbangs that are out here, make that 3, including Fish Sauce. And Fish Sauce has a smoke and an incendiary grenade, and he actually plays by arches, which that's just another just weird position. Maybe he can be able to support his teammates by throwing some late smokes over the top of the wall, which I think that's what we just saw that came into play here. Now here comes some smokes and flashes inside of the B bomb site. CTL is playing this one tight. He's going to have a tough fight to play, and he does not win that one. Nighthawk decides to push through to see what he can be able to pick up, but through the smoke as Fish Sauce finds one. That was Perry. And Magister is down to 9 HP. We'll see if they are able to take back this bomb site. You got two players that are watching Banana right now. You've got Magister and you've got Stanzy Q, who are currently on Banana. And there goes one. They may not suspect there's going to be another one. And there you have it. Look at them be able to have some really good hold. And Pittsburgh is able to crossfire and pick those up. And now you've got 15-8. And that looked like UAH was going to be able to pick up that round. But Pittsburgh just locking it down. Stanzy Q and his teammate, I believe that was I believe it was Magister. Magister was down to 9 HP that whole time too. But there you have it there, A-Track. As we are at game point, that could be able to push us into our final map, being Dust 2.
Yeah, it's definitely looking like Pittsburgh's going to pull through with this one, as they're seeing a big push here from UAH. With all the AKs, Titan T grabbing one and getting taken out there. He was the only big boy rifle on his team, so it's all Deagles against AKs right now. Oh, no, there's a 5.7 as well on the CT side. As we're seeing the push here, Tired Otter picking out Buddy there. Or sorry, Fish Sauce, and Buddy also getting taken out there by Stans. And now it's just hold the site and wait for the Deagles to come to you, I guess. As Nighthawk pushing up through the library, trying to get close. Ooh, great headshot there on Perry. But Otter takes him out. Now we're just seeing CTL, who managed to grab an AK on his way through. Throwing out some utils onto Otter. Getting a little bit of damage there on him. Coming out with a peek and gets taken out. Just got beat to it there.
16-8. UAH not showing exactly why that was their map pick. I think they had some other things as plans, but Stan the man able to close that one out, and we're going to Dust 2 as our decider. Corey, this is probably one of my favorite maps to watch, just how crazy it gets. And if we know anything about Inferno, these two teams can get crazy.
I'm sorry, I got sidetracked. I saw a cat on stream. It's just what happens sometimes.
Oh, I didn't see it. Oh, yeah, look at that. Hey, it's Kurt. Hey, Kurt, how's it going?
Yeah.
Meow.
Hanging out.
Meow.
Well, ow, stop biting me. He's biting me because I'm stopping petting him. He's like, no, you hit me.
Typical cat fashion. That's going to head into the third map. UAH and Pittsburgh. One of these teams are going to continue to advance in our playoff bracket, or we'll have one of these teams actually get sent home. We'll find out what that's going to be here on Dust 2 coming up after the break.
Like a wrecking ball, on fire, so high to the top is where I'm heading. Gonna be a legend. Gonna be a legend.
Reload Collegiate CSGO Invitational is brought to you by U.S. Army. More than 150 careers. Find your What's Your Warrior best fit at GoArmy.com. It is late at night.
It's actually
here at
early,
Esports
so
Stadium,
good morning.
Arlington. We do not. We're gamers. It's still nighttime.
Eh.
Even if it is 12:27 here in Arlington, Texas, and 1:27 there in Fort Knox with 8-track, it's still.
I gotta say, I
late
agree
at
with
night.
John. It's morning. I got. my
I'm
coffee.
done with both of you. No
He agreed with me. We've won, Corey. It's over for you. I have the high ground.
Why would you ever agree with him here, 8-track?
Because he's right.
Oh,
I mean, it might
oh
be
my
the first time for
goodness.
him, but he's right.
I don't care. It's the first time for everything, and I'll take that one. As we see the knife round, this is going to decide the side here, Corey. And here's an interesting question for you. Whoever wins this knife round, do you think they're going to go to T side to start, or they're going CT side? Say so. It's Pittsburgh. Are they going CT or T side?
I'd go T and cause the aggression, but it's up to them. I mean, especially now with the way that the B bomb site is set up, it just allows for more opportunities as T's. I think this is a T-sided map. We had this conversation yesterday, and I think that was also late last night, wasn't it? Did we end on a Dust 2 last night? I can't
believe
remember.
so. No, we had one
we
last night. I
ended
don't know if
on
it was the last one or
Train.
not, though.
We had Dust 2, and
Oh,
that
yeah.
was VCU versus Kennesaw.
Oh, that was good. Yeah,
That was a good game.
that was
And then
a
we
really
went
good
into
game,
Furno, and that was a fantastic game. And then we went on to Train, and that was also a pretty sweet game in itself. Rochester able to take that over Northeastern. But here we go. So like you said, Corey, Pitt, they were able to win that knife round, and they stayed on the T side. And they have walked their way into the B tunnels, and they decided, all right, it's time to make some noise. We're going loud. There's only one person on that B side. As Buddy's like, oh, my goodness, I hear footsteps. I got to get back. That's exactly what happens. But Pittsburgh just trying to throw a wrench in any of these plans. I'm not really sure what's going on. They had a setup going, and then they said, okay, well, let's just see every other part of the map before we just fully commit to B. Seems like what they're doing, and they found one player on the B side, and that's Buddy. B for Buddy is now Stan. Just what on earth was that? His DPI might have been a little bit too high as he was spinning around dancing, celebrating that they are getting the bomb down now on the B side. It's a 3v2 now. 3v3. Fish Sauce took a dink there, but survived is what it looks like. The Glock from distance isn't able to close players out. But now they're running into the site, and this is such a hard way to take it, especially when you're missing shots. And Magister and Hannercat are able to close that one out. So first one on the board going in favor of Pittsburgh, and we're seeing a pause.
Yeah, we were seeing a pause. I think what ended up, we're going to see Fish Sauce. He actually probably disconnected and he came back. And we've already got him back into his actual Discord channel, so we should probably be seeing him here in just a second to be able to hop back into this round. There was a request to be able to hop back into their own channels. Of course, we keep all of the players in our own server, in our Discord server, to be able to quickly be able to communicate with them. So we should probably be able to see that. All of my crew also tell us if there's any other additional factors that may be into play, but that's one that I know of. So, yep, it looks like we are now heading back into it. And let's see. So Pittsburgh winning the pistol round. That will be a good start for them, as they already have AKs and Galils here. And we'll take a look. Looks like we may actually see a real execute here going into the second round. And they're heading directly towards Cowalk. You're going to have a little bit of support that's going to be here towards Long. They actually waited for the grenades to be able to come towards Long ADD, but look out. Yeah, Fish Sauce, close quarter combat. Magister is already down and out, and that's a great nade that came around, but it ends up actually taking down Nighthawk. And I say it was close quarters, but Fish Sauce was actually playing in that long corner, but this round is spiraling out of control here for UAH. And now Pittsburgh has got the second round in this matchup, but the way that we've seen these teams kind of fight back and forth, it could go either way. But Pittsburgh taking that second map 16-8 could be some type of inclination of what we may see here on Dust 2.
Yeah, that was an interesting play there. His buddy was up tight. He had an enemy right up close to him, and then Fish Sauce just turned with that USPS and saved him right there. those shots. 3 mid, 1 in spawn because they left a bomb back there. Looks like it might be a cat push, possibly. Some utils going out now as we see Tired Otter, or sorry, Otter and Stans pushing up. Magister waiting on the flank and B tunnels. It could just be gathering information at this point. We don't know. But the Molotov's going out. I wish I could hear the comms in their team right now, as they're just kind of lingering in mid, waiting for a pick or waiting for something. I'm not sure.
Potentially even trying to bait out the utility on the side of UAH. They just slowly throw theirs in that we see on their side. They've got plenty to work with, and they actually got a Molotov out in the hands of Nighthawk, and now you see they have absolutely nothing to work with. Now they're pushing their way to the B bomb site, and they're hitting from every angle. They're coming out the tunnel. Titan is blind as a bat, but they line up for him, and he looks away for a split second. That's going to be in his demise. He's able to stop the bomb from going down for just a second, but Stan picks it up, and now he's back in it. It's a 3v3 retake again on this side. And Corey, we saw this yesterday. It was the double doors and that window are so hard to get into. We'll see if UAH has any success, as Magister's found himself already at a good position. They're not even going to check for it. He's going to find one nice and easy. The last two players in CTL and Fish Sauce are going to have to maneuver together, and they maneuver together into the bullets of Magister as he finds the remaining 3 and puts a 3 on the board for his team. And it's 3-0. Fast start here from Pittsburgh. We've seen this in this series. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. We've seen Pittsburgh start hot every single map. Last time they showed more precision with that, in a sense, if they were able to close out 6-18, not letting as many eco rounds go in the favor of UAH. But as we know on Mirage, that one got dicey, 16-14 in favor of UAH. And so here we go, Titan T pushing very far forward and saying, oh man, I should not have done that, as he gets erased by Hannercat, and there's only one person on site. There is a flank coming from Fish Sauce. He is sitting in that A long position through those double doors, and now he's making his way out of it. He looks like he wants to start heading towards mid and cat. He's going to find a lot of players here. The important part is, will he be able to make the shots in time? And no, completely missing. Hey, he finds one, and that's the bomb. That'll at least slow him down for the time being, as 2 players barging on forward onto that A side. They're going to find one person there, and that is Nighthawk. He's got a deagle, and he is being chased down. He had absolutely no chance in that position as Magister playing hopscotch, jumping on those boxes. He just made his way through. Last player alive is CTL.
Yep, that's what I was wondering, is what they were going to do with the AK that Perry had. There's not really many places to place those weapons on this map other than basically T-spawn. But in the middle of the map, so CTL is saying, okay, the best possible thing that we can get out of this round is actually getting this AK. Yeah, oh,
Ooh.
that's the fact that he challenges is a whole other problem. But Pittsburgh decides to go ahead and save their weapons themselves. They are going to save them inside of the pit instead of chasing after CTL here. 4-0 now in favor of Pittsburgh. And we'll take a look here. You've got an AK, an M4. It looks like we actually lost a player. And I'm looking at that. That's Fish Sauce
again.
So let's see what ends up happening for him this time.
He said game crash, is what Buddy was saying.
No luck on their side. They've had FPS issues, had a connection issue last time, and now his game has crashed. So Fish Sauce, we saw him have a fantastic first game on Mirage, getting over 30. Now this time he's struggling just to stay in the map, literally, and that has to hurt the morale just a little bit. But once again, Corey, we've been talking about it. We're 11 days in. This is just online Counter-Strike. Sometimes that's just the nature of it. You got to bite the bullet, you got to persevere, and you got to push through. Now he's rejoined the server. This will be their first gun round. Buddy's got himself an AWP, and they're gonna have to start fighting back soon. It's 4-0 in favor of Pittsburgh. They do not need to get that money building even more than what it already is. So let's see, Fish Sauce and Buddy getting themselves an AWP, and they really want to make it work.
The big Zoomy boys coming out from the CTs here. UAH hoping to get at least one round here. As they're going through. Fish Sauce getting blinded and looking through the smoke. Oh, almost lined up a collat there, but gets taken out by the 2 AKs. He did miss his shot, unfortunately. More and more utils getting spilled down into the long here. as as Pittsburgh is pushing up through there. Stan's going back to grab the bomb here. Again, the Utils covering their 6 here with a Molotov up on a cat. Some nades going out. CTL with that AK and a flash. Oh, Harry getting a really good angle through CT spawn, managing to get 2-piece there, but getting taken out by Nighthawk.
Yeah, we even got to
It's
see another
all-
blind fire there. So that's going to
Nighthawk's the
spell out
last one with an AK.
Yep, exactly.
He's
That's
just
gonna
going to go hide.
be a 4v1 situation. And he has got no chance in making this happen. And once again, Pittsburgh not going to hunt. They just want to make sure they have their weaponry, and I think they're okay with letting one of these AKs slide. UAH has got a max loss bonus for themselves. They are on the CT side, however. Corey is delusional.
No,
We've lost Corey.
No, it's just another save here. So we're waiting for them to see what he'd be able to do. They're not going. Actually, they do have 2 players that are chasing after this, seeing if they can find something here. But 5-0 now, and he will hold on to this AK. All right. If you look over on UAH side, their KDA, 2 kills is the max on their side. And actually, Pittsburgh decides to pause. And sometimes, you know, whenever the winning team, really they elect to pause, you're really just basically adding insult to injury here.
Just mind games. It's all mind games.
Could be it. And you know, if you've recognized that maybe the other team is tilting just a little bit, you pause it and just make them argue a little longer. That's something we discussed yesterday, is trying to use that time just to belay the pain even more. Just let them bleed out slowly. And so that was a round that we saw 2 AWPs come out in the hands of Buddy and Fish Sauce that had absolutely no impact into that round. So 47-50 just gone. And if that's in the hands of 2 players, that's 9,500 just gone, as they're just running into B, and hello, no one's home. So that's your B side now, Pittsburgh. CTL, he's going to walk up there and like, all right, guys, I think I hear something over there. I'm going to check. He's going to have a bad time if he does that. He's going to get a Molotov down, which actually misses the bomb planter, so they get it down regardless. And, ooh, that Molotov is going to make getting to window even more hard, even more difficult. Yeah, this is so difficult, even with weapons. This is so difficult on Dust 2. Look how much utility they have, and they're just going to keep using it, because why not? Sure, they find 1 pick there on window. There is a flank from Buddy way back. I think he's just waiting for them to run out of sight even. They're just, at this point, they're just holding for exits. If Buddy got a little bit closer, they might have been able to do something. Now they're going to hear them exiting, and they're going to run onto the site trying to be annoying, as Buddy's found himself with a 5-7 from long range, and they just say, no thanks, we're not dealing with that. And he actually gets taken down. So Corey Corey got excited. I saw him sit up and laughing, and the second that Buddy went down, his shoulder shrugged down, his neck reeled back, and the typical,
yeah,
you were really excited to see that one, weren't you?
Well, the fact that Buddy decided to peek, I think he could have actually gotten an AK or taken away a weapon from the other players. Of course, there's nothing else he's going to do. There's only very few exits, and one of them was tunnels. But here they go. They're going to go ahead and push out here towards long A. They've already taken down the player who had a weapon. Or sorry, that was actually Titan T who saved the AK. And so now it's, you can see Fish Sauce. He is currently 1-7, but he's had a lot of different technical issues in this game, which can be hyper frustrating. And so we'll see what he's able to do. I think there's going to be a lot of weight on him. If Fish Sauce can be able to win this round, we'll start to see a temp. Oh, no, he gave away his position even further. And CTL with an op, he's going to get notched down a belt, as he's down to 50 HP after missing a shot. CTL's getting it up there on top A as well. And Pittsburgh's just playing this slow and steady. We'll see them start to pick up the bomb. They're going to make a decision. Probably going to be a nice 2-3 split heading here towards the A bomb site. And there will be a quick rotate here from Buddy. But he wants to see if he can make something happen. But here comes the execute. Fish Sauce going to get traded there. And also CTL will get traded. Oh, this is just back and forth as they try to head over towards the site. And Buddy also gets traded. You know, in a 5-on-4 trade, Pittsburgh would come out on top. So now Titan T with the AK that he saved from the previous round. He's going to be working his way up here towards a ramp. He's trying to see if he can be able to get a deeper angle. So that's why he's backpedaling a little further. But Perry just waiting. And now the score is 7-0. Pittsburgh is just having a very dominant T side. Again, this UAH had the selection. They had the selection to be able to ban this ban a map, and then they basically, which allows them to choose this map. But then Pittsburgh ends up winning the knife round, which I think is the next critical thing. And they won the knife round. And John, you asked me, or I think either A-Track or John, you asked me the question: which side should they start on? And T-side was the way to go. And Pittsburgh right now is showing why, more importantly, why their T-side is the way to go, as they're trying to be able to take cat control, starting off with here with Stan.
Absolutely, they're doing just that. They're taking absolute control of this map so far, like you said. Just being crucial that it got here in this situation and that they won the knife round at Fish Sauce. Not even winning those fights that we've normally seen out of him. And you blink and 3 players already down. Oh, that should have been a 4th, but Otter just barely missing. And Magister says, no worries, I've got your back. And that's another free bomb site. We see one player, and that's Nighthawk. He was playing A long. They don't expect him to be there. They get the bomb down. Nighthawk's actually taken out 2 as he's spotted. He's tagged up a bit. He's not going to be able to win this round. He doesn't have a kit for himself, and he is way out there. And they just throw fire all over the ground. They said they draw their line in the sand, and they say, you will not cross. As that will be 8 on the board for Pittsburgh. So, Corey, I mean, to look back at it through the bans and picks, as you said, they chose to get onto Dust 2. It was the difference between that and Vertigo. So, I mean, those last 2 maps are a rough one anyways. Is we see Pittsburgh, they banned Nuke and Overpass, and then UAH banned Train. It's like they actually kind of came down to a rough pick ban stage for them in their favor. Yeah, they took the map pick. That was Mirage, but I guess the only thing that I may feel more comfortable with was Overpass. But who knows? They could have an equally as strong T side. We just need to see it first, and we need to see them get some rounds on the CT side to start with, as they need to get a win on the board desperately if they want to have a chance into moving on in this playoff bracket.
Yeah, it's coming down to the wire here. Honestly, it's their motivation has got to be super low, but it's all going to depend on what happens on the other side of the map, I think. This can go all bad, but then, you know, if they clutch through 1 or 2 rounds here and then it turns out they're amazing on T side, we'll see. But from what we're seeing right now, it's not looking like that's going to be the case, as Pittsburgh is just dominating.
The only thing that has me worried is that we're seeing even like the morale, those gunfights is just, they're winning all of them. Fish Sauce, he's not that star player we once saw, and even Otter's picking up Buddy in mid, and just everything is not going in the way. They're just getting picked off one by one, and we talked about that earlier today, Corey. They're not setting up crossfires. They're not setting up places for them to play as a team. They're trying to set themselves up as individuals, as another player goes down, just a one-on-one situation. Titan T just finding himself in no man's land at that point, as it was a 5v2 and CTL's left alone. UAH they've got to find out some way to play together. They need to start playing as a team, try to get some utility working in their favor. Maze stack 8 long, gets 2 players on B, and then Magister just adds on to the pain as no players go down the side of pit.
Yeah, what needs to happen right now is there needs to be some type of wake-up call. So, you know, I'm using this on our reference, right, John? We started at 1 p.m. Central when we got to the facility. And
1:30.
What? Yeah, I got here.
Yeah, it was call time of 1:30, and I got here at 1:45. So.
Yeah. So as now we're going to see a quick rush here towards the B bomb site, and just like that, they're just lights out. They've been turned off. As Pittsburgh has just had a really solid T side, and Otter was, oh man, those are those one moments where you're like, you're still in spawn. You're still in spawn. Okay. Appreciate it. As now it's left up. Oh,
still in spawn.
Still in spawn.
Yikes.
Yep. So now Fish Sauce is, you can see him looking a little droopy. But what I was trying to state is, you know, we talk about the fact that we've been commentating. We've been here in the facility for, we're about to be at 12 hours straight. But one of the things is that the competitor's not in the same boat as us. The competitors themselves, they've known that they were going to have a start time for tonight at 10:30 Central, 11:30 Eastern, and so they have a whole different different approach to how they handle it. Same way for A-Track. A-Track decided to take a nap, right? So he knew that he was going to be starting up later. So that's some of the things that I don't necessarily feel as bad for this team. I think the fact is that Pittsburgh is just playing so well. You can start to see that they're starting to hit their peak, or their full potential is probably a better way of saying. I don't want to say they're hitting their peak. They're hitting full potential at this point. But there you go, Fish Sauce now. He finally finds one, and they backtrack away, and they give up Catwalk. But there are 3 players here inside of the A bomb site.
And that's what we like to see. He brought a teammate over this time. And if he lost, that was at least a trade. So that's the stuff that I would want to see more out of this team. Oh,
What
my
a
goodness.
shot.
Well, that was just a good shot. No matter how you look at that, buddy, he just got removes there. And that's just, like you said, they're just hitting their full potential. Magister's starting to hit these great shots. Everyone on the side of Pittsburgh is coming alive, and now they're trying to take it a little bit slower as they're regrouping towards these long doors. We see Magister is still towards Cat, so he's trying to be annoying. This AWP is actually starting to push down long, and he wasn't expecting that as Magister. He says, why is there a guy there? As he gets taken out of the server. He's hit to 50, and that Molotov's actually not going to connect on him. He's able to find another one. CTL's done a great job for his team here, and fighting against that AUG at that range is difficult, especially when you're one-tapping. But fighting at that range is what you're looking for from Stan, and he's got it all to do. He's got 13 seconds. Oh, he's going to find one, and if he was able to find the other, that could have been it. If I was Tying T, I'm just running out of that round. That is the first on the board here for UAH, and finally they're able to stop the bleeding at 10. Look at that.
Jeez. Finally. I was saying once they came out of that site and it was a 4v5, I was like, oh, this is good, I guess. And then you know, Stan is just, I don't know, he's hitting all his shots, man. It's nuts. This whole game is just nuts right now.
They're just going to run through that fire. Actually, they extinguished it, and they just meet Nighthawk on the other side. And they left their teammate to dry. They said, hey, let's go. They saw him go down and said, oh, wait a second. Let's take that one back. And here we are, starting again in a 4v5 situation. This is perhaps the beginning of something here for UAH as Magister's going to go through it. Oh, my goodness, just snaps on him. Of course he does. That's how hot he is. He's even pushing through. Absolutely no reason to be doing that. He was alone. But his team is now following through. They know there's a player there. They're going to spot the bomb there. And Titan T is able to find one. He's not able to find the trade. That's Stan. Just as you mentioned at A-Track, he's hitting all his shots too. He's 13 and 5. It's a 2-on-2, and these players are split up. Oh, excuse me, it's a 3-on-2. There was a flank coming way from downtown from CTL. He's got an SMG, but he's got an HE from downtown. And now Stan's on 10 HP. CTL can just jump over and start shooting with this UMP, but he's actually starting to retreat towards the site. He's watching his back. He's just making some noise as he does it. Stan's got 40 seconds to work with. He can still make magic happen. If he just clicks a quick headshot here, that would be all she wrote. He's got a bomb site. He's even trying to get there sooner with the knife. He understands. He's a little bit cornered in with 30 seconds to work with, but he's hearing all of these footsteps from CTL, so he might have a good understanding of where he's at. He's checking the right locations, and we see Nighthawks actually push pretty far forward out of that B bomb site. So a rotation could come soon. The second that he's going to hear this bomb plan, he's going to rush the site. Oh, he might have seen him there. He sure does, and he's not prepared. And now the rotation's coming in. Stan's got a chance. He's got 10 HP. He's hearing these footsteps. He's hearing all of them, and he wants to take the fight. Nighthawk knows he jumped down, and he's actually just going to push into Nighthawk. I don't think he needed to get that aggressive. Regardless, Stan's able to get the bomb down, and that's going to get number 2 on the board. 2 in a row here, and you see how ecstatic they are about that, Corey.
Yeah, what we saw there, I do think that he needed to be aggressive, but more importantly, I think what he should have done was to be able to play a unique angle, a little bit more aggressive. But what we saw there is that he continued to push forward, which of course that sense made it a little bit easier on Nighthawk. I think if he played on the A ramp but on an off angle, it would have been what he needed to be able to win the round. He only had 10 HP. He definitely needed to get away from the site because he didn't know whether or not Nighthawk had a grenade or not, so he had to get out of there. There's no question there, or a firebomb. And so now we can see that they're setting up here. The action's going to be having over here towards Long A. This is another gun round. Pittsburgh, even though they've lost 2 consecutive rounds in a row, they've got so much money. So we'll see. Of course, there's several rounds from Pittsburgh that they didn't lose players, which meant they didn't have to buy. And you can see 9K, 4K being the worst, 9100 being the best there for Magister. And so now you got 2 players on Catwalk. One's close by Elevator. And they were just wasting time, but be on the lookout for Catwalk. Catwalk's about to be our confrontation that we're about to have. As they're moving up there, and that's going to be a quick trade happening between those. As Fish Sauce and Buddy, they team up, and they're able to pick it up. Now we're going to see the quick push here towards long A. And Hannercat! Oh my goodness. I'm assuming that one of them that he took out of the round, he probably wasn't even aiming at, and a stray bullet picked that one up. So now we've got Titan T. He's going to go ahead and save this AK. But again, Hannercat picking up 3K. So now the score is going to be 11-2, and we will be on the lookout to see exactly what happened. As you know, they're just having a conversation currently in game.
Probably a lot of NS. That's what you said last time, and that's what they called for.
Probably more OKs than NSs.
It's them saying, okay, I don't want to be toxic, so, and then you just put a smiley face.
It's an okay.
Dang, Corey. You've been playing this game for a long time, haven't you?
The fact that yeah. Yep.
You've played this game so much, you understand the meta of the chat.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Kudos to you, Corey. That's what 21 years looks like.
That is what 21 years looks like.
They hear the bullet whizzing by as Titan T actually gets hit by it through the door. Not happy about that one, but they're going to see 2 players cross. And again, no smoke going towards mid. CTL is the lone representative holding a long with a USP. Maybe not the gun I would have picked. They'll be holding this angle, but Fish Sauce got himself in a good spot. He gets traded out, and now they're pushing down towards the site. Buddy's got himself a deagle. He's going to have to do a lot with that one. And he's able to find nothing, but Titan T is able to support, and that's just going to close it out. So that was a quick 8 hits. It was a 3-person surviving round for Pitt, as once again, that money is just so strong. They've got so much going for them. Stands on 16 kills. Second behind him is 11 on Pierre and 10 on Hanner. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Magister's on 18. I thought that was a 0.
Yeah, no.
My contacts, I guess, are starting to dry up on me, Corey.
Yeah, Magister is. I was really curious of what his kill death was, because he has been getting entry after entry. He's been making so many just really good shots. But Stan, of course, is also doing the same. And I don't know if Fishoss actually saw a player get by, but he made the assumption, and Hannercat goes down. Nice headshot there. Oh, there's a second, looking for a third, and he's just trying to be able to tap away, but he did the damage that he needed to. And now they got 2 players that are playing a game of whack-a-mole, and Otter says, well, I can play too. And there you have it. 13-2 is your first half score there for Pittsburgh. And that's basically, that's one of those all-she-wrote moments. But whenever you take a 10-0 lead on the very first half, there's only a couple things that can basically allow you to be able to come back into a game, and UAH did none of them.
Yeah, they were playing, like you said, they were playing whack-a-mole there, but then he was playing peekaboo as they just kept poking out one by one. Hey, can you see me? Yeah, you can see me. Can you see me again? Yeah, you saw me again. As he closed it out, 2 of them. But now we see a fast B push. Whoa, and we see the CTs actually going through
Retake.
the B tunnel. Yeah, we're on a retake server now. As CTL goes down, they just need to get the bomb down. You need to get the bomb down. Even if you don't win the round, you need the money. But Titan T says, I want to win the round. Holy cow. They even got the bomb planted as Titan T says, you know what? I've had enough of you guys, Pittsburgh. I want to take matters into my own hands. And he finds himself a quick 3K supported by a buddy on the other 2. All right, well, that's how they start, Corey. That is exactly how they can start.
Oh, man. Actually, we're going to see another quick little push here towards the B bomb site. We'll probably take another look at what we saw from that previous round. from Titan T and how smooth it was.
My mind is, I'm so
Oh,
confused.
wait a minute. We've got actually CTL who liked what Otter did, and he's still playing inside of mid as he's being attacked.
I'm so confused what's going on. They're just running everywhere.
Hey, they're just trying to get
Oh,
some
man.
weapons. Stan's
He almost just took
Stan's like,
Stan out.
okay, man, you want the scout? Take it. Getting shot by his teammates, and they'll go ahead and try to hold on to the scout. They've just got so many rounds for cushion, and there you have it. Bomb's going to go ahead and take away and explode here. Hannercat seeing if he can just get something. You're jump peeking, and looks like this round is over. And Fish Sauce says, I know how lethal a scout I can be. I'm not going to go ahead and play with that one. Oh, but man, let's go and take another look at what happened there. As you see, this is Titan T on the pistol round. Oh my goodness, just yes.
The blender.
Yep. That's what they should have done on the CT side.
That was so strange to me that the CTs were running out like that, and the CTs were running out. That's what I'm just, my
The
mind got
retake
kind of
server
lost.
was pretty funny.
Yeah.
It's way too valid.
So we see here, holding down with Otter, is that Scout, as now they're just, UAH is playing such a fast T style. They are trying to bring it to town to the side of Pittsburgh, and it looks like it is working as these trades are going in their favor. 3v2 right now, and Magister, he says, I'm feeling hot. But Buddy says, it's time for you to cool down. As this one's looking to be all UAH in this round. There's 3 players left versus the likes of Juan and Pierre. He doesn't have a kit, and they're all watching him now as Buddy able to close it out there with a quick headshot. And holy cow, Corey, this momentum shift. They are playing so fast. They want to say, you know what? We're down 10 rounds going as this. It was a 13-2, and then they got 13-3. Now it's 13-5. They said, okay, guys, we got to catch up, and we got to catch up quick. We got to hit them so fast they don't know it hit them. So every single time they are rushing out of the gates. And looks like, again, they want to go A. And, oh, look how they are collapsing on Nighthawk from every which angle. He's able to take one down and just – it looks like when Pittsburgh, when they're on the save round, oh, my goodness, then they find another one. That's what I'm talking about. That's what they needed to be doing on the flip side.
Yes,
they're all
you're
playing
right.
together. They're setting themselves up for trades, and they're finding picks because of that.
Well, the bomb's taking too long to get back over there towards the A bomb site, and now they're going to be setting themselves for a really nice retake. They've got one molly from Magister. We'll be on the lookout for that, as a bomb is going to get planted inside of the A bomb site, and they retreat back towards the A bomb site. Or sorry, towards long A is what I mean. But Magister's right there. Hey, you don't have to set up the cocktail yet. Go ahead and make sure you're able to get the retake. Rely on that all those shots, and CTL, and there you have it. As he's going to go ahead and get into the site, get the defuse, and Pittsburgh is 14. UAH is 5.
I like this fast play style from UAH. I really do. Sure, that one didn't work out for him. That was behind some crazy openings there for Magister. Buddy had him basically dead to rights. He had his crosshair and everything. The only thing he left to do is click mouse button 1. And it just seems like Magister did it before him. So if I'm UAH here, I'm still trying to keep up the tempo. I'm trying to still keep him up as they've got a double AWP set up for themselves. And oh, the firing range.
And they both got him.
They both got him.
Yep.
That is absolutely right.
Poor Perry. Poor Perry. They're both taking him out. And look out, you've got Fish Sauce, who's already made his way up mid. After that pick, this is a great call by him. And then there you have it. Stan decides to go ahead and check inside of mid, and Hannercat is also there as well. It's already back to a 3-on-3. And close quarters is Magister.